are.
Today's announcement is just a natural extension of the work that I've been doing on behalf of Arizona for the last number of years in the United States Senate.
Sinema is up for re-election in 2024. No reunion yet for Brittany Griner and her family, the WNBA star back on U.S. soil after landing in San Antonio. She's now at Brooke Army Medical Center.
The reintegration program in San Antonio at BAMC requires physical checkups, and it's primarily designed to help Griner decompress and meet with mental health experts. In the end, it actually will be her decision when she is ready to meet with family, but we don't expect for her to be here at BAMC for very long. That's because when she gets the all clear, she actually is a civilian and will be able to walk out those doors when she's ready.
ABC's Mireya Villarreal. No release yet for another American captive in Russia, Paul Whelan. This is ABC News. Another indication that inflation is easing a bit. For the fifth month in a row, the Producer Price Index, which tracks prices at the wholesale level, has fallen. New numbers show prices were up 7.4% in November compared to last year. The first few episodes of the Harry and Meghan documentary now out. A lot of people are watching and weighing in here and across the pond. ABC's Tom Rivers at the Foreign Desk.
Here in London, it's front page and a common points raised by the couple, including their allegations of institutional racism.
Everyone knows everyone's got a side as far as Meg's concerned. You're either for her or against her, vehemently, one way or the other.
I'm torn between watching it and I slightly want to cancel Netflix.
The two walked away from royal life almost 3 years ago. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
Rena Roy, ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
At CDW, we get you can't lock up your devices. Your workforce needs the freedom to roam.
Final boarding call, flight 555 to New York.
And wherever they go, productivity is key. But with Microsoft Surface devices pre-configured and deployed by CDW experts, you'll get multi-layered security and seamless experiences to help productivity really take off. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/surface.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Colorado may be facing an uphill battle when it comes to importing cheaper Canadian drugs. The state has submitted a plan to the FDA to import Canadian drugs. Dr. Gina Moore with CU Skaggs School of Pharmacy says it's based on a Florida request that has been under consideration for about 2 years so far.
We've modeled the original bill on Florida, so we would expect a similar path, and unclear how quickly that's going to move forward.
Colorado says if they are allowed to import 112 different drugs from Canada, consumers and employers could save 65% on those medications. Colorado updating goals for putting more electric vehicles on state roads. The Colorado Energy Office wants to see 65,000 electric passenger vehicles across the state by 2025. That would represent 25% of the market for new vehicles in the state. The goals were updated due to brisk EV sales numbers, though electric vehicles still account for less than 2% of all passenger vehicles in Colorado. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
It's the end of the week, and we're looking at a fairly calm drive throughout the Denver Metro for that 10 o'clock hour. Some slow spots remain, of course. I-25 southbound into downtown, looking at speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Up on the northeast end of town near Commerce City, I-270 westbound, heavy congestion approaching Vasquez, though nothing out of the ordinary there. Further east and leaving DIA, Pena Boulevard southbound, looking at some pretty typical slowdowns between Tower Road and 56. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, another sunny day to close out the week. Chilly out there with a high of only 47 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Tomorrow sunny again with a high of 49. The current temperature in Denver is 34 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some banks can make it complicated to redeem credit card rewards. But with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Hey Colorado, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Thinking of putting off your beautiful new kitchen or bath remodel till after the holidays, aren't you? Or maybe even waiting on replacing your old rickety freezing windows and doors. Well, with that busy holiday time here again, that's why we're tempting you with our best holiday offer ever. Listen on. Todd?
Okay, Dad, here it is. An awesome 17% savings. But first, let's brag a little. Premium kitchen design and replacement, our unique quarter-inch cabinet resurfacing, elegant bathrooms, and the finest in replacement windows and doors. Our family's been at it for nearly 40 years, and now it's time for us to serve you too. Call and book your project now for select install dates after the holidays, and you'll save 17% off regular retail pricing. That's right, 17%. Dad?
Folks, please call us. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or save at drhi.com.
When he's not talking about it, he's tweeting about it.
Do you Twitter?
Follow the Troubleshooter at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of Denver's talk station on Twitter.
Just give me your Twitter and I'll follow you.
Find us right now at 630 KHOW. Changing definitions.
She can't even define woman.
To fit a narrative.
Change the definition of recession.
A narrative of a larger agenda.
For the Great Reset.
The definition of 630 KHOW is Denver's talk station.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, making your life a little easier. That's what we do. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. Waterpros will get you the best water systems at the lowest prices, bar none. Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? If you go to Panacea, which is realcbdthatworks.com, there are some products that are selling for a tenth of the price they normally do. So they're great stocking stuffers, and Real CBD also helps with pain, inflammation, anxiety. It's great for travel. RealCBDThatWorks.com. And if you put Tom in the promo code, you even get another 30% off. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Panacea Life Sciences. Now, listen, we had a call yesterday that was just outrageous. First, I want to say it is card day. We have our experts in the studio. I'm at my home studio, and there's a long story for that. I have a sore throat. I don't want to get anyone sick. Jeff Vick, Kevin Calkin at the studio, and Jeff is with Kimmer Transmission. Kevin is with Sheridan Auto Tech. I have some interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to cars and what's happening with supply chain, and also the way they're making cars, and I'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to take Rod, because we had a show yesterday that this was an odd situation. And Rod, I want to sum this up and bring up Josh as well. Now, Josh has nothing to do with the problem other than he's my expert on annuities and such, because he's with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Those are my experts. They're sponsors on this show, and they also are doing my retirement planning. So, Rod, I want to sum this up, and I got some documentation from you.
Yes, you did.
You were taking care of a woman, a companion, and she died back in 04, is that right, or 03?
Correct.
04, okay, 04. Right before she died, there was a request made to cash in her annuity, and she was going to take a hit on it, and you knew nothing about it until after it was done, but come to find out, the woman you were taking care of, what's her first name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth never made that request.
No, she didn't.
We don't know who made the request, but we do know that it was cashed out and a check was sent to her supposedly on the day she died. Now, you traced this and found that the check really went to an address in Wyoming. Is that right?
That's correct.
And it was cashed at a bank.
In Cheyenne.
In Cheyenne. Does that bank have any records of it?
We don't know. The bank in Colorado Springs found out that it's the A&B Bank in Cheyenne. I haven't had a chance to call them.
And you sent me a canceled check. You sent me the canceled check, right?
I did.
Now, you sent me something else. I'm not totally, I don't totally understand. There's a letter, and the letter is from North American, and it says, Dear North American. So I don't understand that. It says, Dear North American, enclosed you will find a full surrender request for Elizabeth so-and-so, contract number so-and-so. Please note that Elizabeth lost her contract. Please process this request and send Elizabeth a check to her address of record. Now, please FedEx her check using our account number. Now, who is this letter from Brian Peterson?
That is the letter from the insurance company that had the annuity.
But I don't understand it. It's from the insurance company to who?
Well, it was supposedly to her, but she.
But it's sent. No, right. They're sending. This is what I don't understand. It's from North American Insurance Company, but it says in the greeting, Dear North American.
Right.
So why? So Brian is sending this request for her.
Supposedly.
Who is Brian?
I have no idea. He's at the bank.
So Brian,
North American.
Okay, so Brian sent a request to surrender the annuity to North American, right?
Yes.
It's not from North American. I'm sorry, I was reading it wrong. It's to North American from Brian. Was Brian her financial advisor?
We had never heard of Brian before.
And this Brian, then, is at the heart of the fraud, in my opinion.
I think so.
Did you ever call that number for Brian he has here?
I could not get a hold of him.
When you called that number that he put in this letter, by the way, this letter is dated March 8th, 2004. So I want people to get, when did she die?
On the 25th of 2004.
Okay, of what date? March?
March, yeah.
So somehow she's in a coma. I want Josh to hear this. Josh, she's in a coma. And someone named Brian Peterson writes to North American and says, please deposit the check using our account number. I have enclosed a prepaid FedEx thing. So this guy, Brian, is at the heart of this fraud. He knew she was dying. He put in a request for a check and got the check. Now, the check, by the way, was sent to, and by the way, this money here was sent to a bank account, and this address they have on file, a 2215 Sussex. Was that where she was living at the time?
That's her address, yes.
Then why was this, okay, this is what I don't understand. Was the check sent to that address?
No, it was not.
But that's the address on the check. Then it shows her signature on the back of that check, but it was cashed in Cheyenne on a day she could not have cashed it because she was in a coma.
That's right.
In fact, she died the day it was cashed. Is that right?
Just right at that time, yes.
Okay. Josh. Are you there, Josh?
Yes, sir. I'm here, Tom.
Josh is with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. They have nothing to do with this. They didn't write the annuity. They don't know anything about it. They're our expert. Yeah. Josh, if someone is laying in their deathbed and someone makes a request to cash in an annuity, does the insurance company just take that request for granted? Do they just say, okay, fine, and they send the check to the guy personally, not to her? I mean,
no, that's not a common occurrence. No, unless he was power of attorney for some strange reason. That's the only thing I can think of that may have been the case.
I want to know. See, we have to know who this Brian is. Who is this Brian J. Peterson? And what is this number after his name, A6826? What does that number mean?
I have no idea.
Sounds like an agent code.
So he could have been an agent for North American.
Right. I think so.
So did he profit from this money, or did someone trick him into this? Because here is the full surrender request. It's made out supposedly by Elizabeth.
Yes, right.
And she never filled this out.
Never happened.
There's a contract number, and it says here, thank you for contacting our office. Please find a check. And by the way, again, the address that they put on this letter was where she was living. Did someone intercept the mail? Were you there at the time? This letter was sent on November. Oh, no. This was sent November 15th, 2022. Now, wait a minute. It says, Dear annuity contract holder, thank you for contacting our office. Enclosed, please find a check, a copy of the check dated 2004 in the amount of 44, blah, blah, blah. Our records indicate that this check was cashed on March 24th, 2004. By the way, that's when she died. Also included is the original surrender request. For information about your contract or to contact us, visit so-and-so. So when you call them and you say to them, or this person that I was taking care of did not make this request, she never got the check, what do they say?
They would not answer to me.
Do they say you don't have a legal right to it?
No, they just said that...
By the way, I should mention this. There's another wrinkle in this. In this surrender request, it's notarized. So not only if this guy, this agent, wanted to cash it in for himself or someone else,
right.
Elizabeth supposedly signed this in front of a notary.
That's right.
Did you contact the notary?
I have not been able to contact the notary.
Why?
Because he won't answer to me.
Is it a him or a her?
It's a him.
It's a Stephanie. The notary signature says Stephanie.
No, take that back. Yeah, Stephanie. But we can't find
okay. So here's what I want to know from Josh. Josh, you guys do a lot of annuities, and I think people want to know they're secure. So I need to know something. Okay. If I do an annuity with you guys, what's to prevent someone who knows me filling out a request and forging my signature?
Well, oftentimes a lot of companies do signature verification first and foremost.
Well, that's a notary, right?
Yeah, that's when the notary comes into play. The other side of things is most oftentimes any transacting doesn't take place directly between the client and the insurance company. You'll usually utilize the insurance agent that is the agent of record on that policy.
And that's the guy that wrote to the company, even though the guy on the phone right now with us, Rod, he's the one that originally sold this annuity to her.
Right.
That's why, and he got to be friends with her. And he said...
And there wasn't an agent change at any point, or...
No, this all just disappeared.
But Rod, you were not the agent of record. You were not the agent of record when she died.
No. On the policy, no, I was not.
So when you left the company, someone took over as her agent. Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
So, Josh, I want to come back to this, and I want to know how you would research this if you were him. They must keep records, or do they destroy them after a certain number of years, as to who sent that request, who this Brian Peterson is, and the canceled check and the bank account and all of that. Coming up, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, GutterHelmetDenver.com for reinforcing and keeping your gutters clean forever, guaranteed for life. Gutter Helmet Denver, 303-298-8888.
Hey, I'm Steve Ranella. From the rainforests of Alaska to the coast of Hawaii, I follow trails of all kinds with good friends through wild places. This is our land, and this is our season. Stream the premiere of Meat Eater Season 11 exclusively and free of charge at themeateater.com. And while you're there, find incredible deals on some of my favorite hunting gear from First Light, FHF gear, and Phelps game calls.
Talk about a wonderful gift. How about K&H Home Solutions playing Santa with one of their biggest sales ever? Listen to this one. Right now, for the entire month of December, buy one window, get one free. Now, they don't have to be installed. You just make the purchase. They can install them at your convenience. You buy two windows, you get two free. Buy three, get three, and so on. The more you buy, the more you save. Think about that. For every window you buy, you get one free, including a whole house full. Also, 45% off Provia doors and all siding. Hey, that is unbelievable. Details at khwindows.com. That's 303-421-7100, khwindows.com.
Mom, Dad, let's talk. Turn on your radio.
Doc, this is a mystery.
That's Colorado, right? Aurora. Right after I started.
They have her phone number in there. They have her address in there. They have everything in there.
Third year. And they sent me, Colorado sent me a notice saying that they didn't believe that I had been paying all my sales taxes and so on and so forth. And they needed proof for the last 3 years for everything that I'd. So, okay, not a problem. So,
They have to see what address they sent it to. That's what I want to know. Will they have a record of where they sent it?
I had to photocopy it all. I sent them a stamp like this. And I sent it registered mail so that they so they had to sign for it.
No.
And never heard
This
another word.
this
I think they probably saw it.
Brian Peterson.
See,
that part of stuff is easy because of the software now, you know, with the
Can't he call up the an all meat with jalapenos? Does that sound good to you? Huh? Do you want veggies? Do you like jalapenos on your pizza?
719 would be Colorado Springs.
Well, let's do an all meat with jalapenos.
Brian J. Peterson.
Yeah, because she asked for that. I could just put the date parameters in and send her a report with all the invoices. So that was easy. And it's a portal, so you can drop it. Because she's working out of her house. She's not even in it.
That's not him.
COVID.
So everything that I need to send her, I need to scan, you know, or PDF it and drop it, you know. I got a little scanner. I don't scan a lot of stuff. Yeah, an insurance company or someone on a receipt or something, so we'll get like a laptop scanner. I don't have like a.
Right.
Because I just don't need it.
No, same here.
Yeah. I think I'm done. Well, we're going to find out. I'm done.
Financial advisor. Brian J. No, that's not him.
List of 25 things that she wanted. We've got a list. We'll see if she's satisfied with that, or I want to open up 3 years worth of pain and agony.
Is it just a random audit or something pricked their ear?
I think part of my payroll in Aurora, they have an OPT tax, so it's $2 a head. And my payroll company did out for about 6 months, to where I was getting like, you know, threats of liens and shit from the city of Aurora for the $4 that I owed them. You know, it's just like, come on, guys. You know, so I think that triggered it. I could be wrong, but I could be mad. I mean, that's. And that shop is 80% wholesale anyway. You know, dealerships and stuff out on Havana is what they were.
Can't find him there.
There was very little sales back then.
Oh, and they also want to make sure you were collecting on it?
Well, the one thing, you know, every year I get a form from everybody with the updated sales tax ID and everything else. It's like, you need a certificate. So,
I don't know, man. This is weird.
And I thought I just got the form. You download it and they sign it with their, sales tax number on it. No, you need a certificate of exemption. What? This report is sponsored by the Mark Ross Show podcast. Are you in question that they have a sales tax license?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure they do.
Then what's your point?
Yeah. So where are we going? So I have to prove to you that I knew? I mean,
Here's the hate-free speech. Not rethinking using their products. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate.
so I've never supplied,
Listen to the Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app.
a certificate to somebody. They've always just asked for the sales tax form. I can't remember the form.
W-9.
Yeah. Well, that's for the feds and everything else, but yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. All right, so here's what's happening. We have an annuity that was cashed. A check was sent to Wyoming to an A&B bank, and this woman was in a coma at the time, could not have made the request, could not have gotten the check. We have two people that we know we can research, and this is where we need a private detective. Here's why. We have Brian Peterson, who actually processed, he was an agent for North American at the time. Where is he now? He has a phone number listed here. I looked it up. It comes back empty. 719-265-8811. Did you ever call that number, sir? Did you ever call it?
Did.
And what happens when you call it?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Nobody answered.
Does it ring?
I don't recall, but I think it rang, but it just rang, and nobody ever answered it.
I'm calling
So
it right
get
now.
a hold of him.
I'm calling it right now.
Call it right now. Let's see what happens.
Sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
All right, so that is Brian Peterson. He was an agent, and we have an agent number. We also have a notary. We also have a notary who swears that she's the one that signed this, and she could not have signed it. She was in a coma. So, here's what I want to know.
So it satisfies your...
Let me get rid of that call.
That's hard to...
Josh, if you go to that company and say, not you, but this guy goes to that company and says, I'm a former agent. There was a fraud perpetrated many years ago. I'm just getting around to settling her affairs, and we realize it's a fraud. I have an agent's name. Can you tell me whatever happened? Where is he? Will they do anything like that?
You're going to be really hard pressed to get any information out of them, not being the agent of record, even though you may have been the one that sold the policy. But here's the thing that we need to take into consideration, Tom. We know North American really, really well. They're very reputable. We like them a lot. They would have had to have had reasonable proof to be able to confirm this transaction. So I also
Josh,
to
the proof they had was they had a request. They had their agent sending a request along with a notarized statement. That was their proof. I mean, they didn't call her. She was in a coma. I mean, what about this? Could we get them to tell us? Can we get them to tell us where they sent the check?
It's likely they're not going to give any information if there's no sort of association with Elizabeth from Rod's standpoint. So it'd be hard-pressed for him to get any information out of them.
Rod, were you her personal representative of the estate?
Yes.
Rod is the personal representative.
So with that, they may give a little bit of information. It's worth reaching out to them and seeing. Since you're handling the estate, they may be willing to give some information. Yeah,
there should be information available. There should be information available on where that check was sent, because it wasn't sent to her address, and she certainly didn't sign it. She was dead. So something is wrong. And you say, you would think North America would want to clear this up. North American. Sure. I mean, truly.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And how do we find an agent? I mean, what we need is a private detective. And again, this has nothing to do with our people at Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. But I certainly, first of all, one big problem is yours, Rod, is that it's this many years later. Okay,
18 years,
this
yeah.
is a really big problem. Had you called us in 2005, it would have been different, right, Josh? I mean, totally different.
Oh yeah, without question.
Yeah.
Without question.
We're
Well, I
talking
couldn't
about
get
how many
information out of
years?
them.
My God.
18 years.
We're talking.
The FedEx.
Yeah,
the
18
FedEx,
years.
That FedEx delivery of supposedly the check being sent to Liz on her address in Colorado Springs, that is also a fake FedEx that they said they sent the check to. That is not where the check went to. That's a.
How do you know that's? How do you know that's not where the check went?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is where they said they sent the check by FedEx from North American to Liz at her Sussex address in Colorado Springs. She never received it, and so I'm.
How do you know? How do you know someone didn't intercept it there?
Because nobody is in her house except me.
There's something wrong here. Anyway. I don't know. And, Josh, you don't have any ideas. I mean, after all this time, 18 years, you're screwed.
But don't you think the key is the notary?
The key is the notary. We need to find the notary.
Yeah.
We need to find the agent. We need a private detective to take it from here. But, I mean, truly, all statutes of limitations are gone. Even if someone did take it, I'm not even sure you can reopen it. This money went to somebody, and it wasn't her. She was dead.
Nope.
Josh, thank you for being here. By the way, listen, Josh has nothing to do with this. They do straight up annuities. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. Josh, I don't mean to bring you into this mire and muck, but I guess the message here is this. Don't ever let time pass when you think something is amiss with an account. I mean, is that accurate to say? Of course. All right, somebody hung up, but anyway, or we got disconnected. I got to take a break. I'll take other calls. Rod, we're going to stay in touch. I need to get one of our private detectives on this, really. I mean, truly, this is a big problem. I mean, but even though it's 18 years ago, and you might think, why does Rod care? Well, Rod was left her money. I mean, it's not all about money, but hey, he's saying, look, she never got it. It should have gone to her estate. He's an 84-year-old guy. I think he said 84, didn't he? This is going to benefit him. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody got this money somewhere. So I'm going to put the word out. If anyone knows a guy that was selling insurance for North American back in the day, back in 2004, his name is Brian Peterson. Brian J. Peterson. His number was 719-265-8811. He sent a letter on March 8th, 2004, while she's in a coma. He sends a letter saying, here's a surrender. Now, now this agent, maybe he just got the request and it was notarized. So all he did was processed it. And then this Stephanie Egan is the notary. Stephanie L. Egan in Colorado Springs. Stephanie L. Egan. If anyone can shed light, or if you're a private detective and you want to take a swing at this, give us a call, 303-MARTINO. We got more coming up. This is a mystery. If anyone has any ideas, give me a call, please. Century RV for your RV, new and used. They even buy trades straight out if you don't want to trade. I mean, they'll buy your used RV. That's centuryrv.com, 303-453-1111.
I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds into and out of downtown. Heading east from there north towards the Commerce City area, I-270 westbound, a new accident between Quebec and Vasquez. A significant stop and go back from I-70, about 15 minutes. Slow driving for folks on 270 westbound. Further east, Pena Boulevard southbound leaving the airport, we're looking at our regular slowdowns between Tower Road and 50th. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies today, high of 47 degrees as we head into the afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Tomorrow, sunny again. The current temperature in Denver is 34 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Form, 6:30 KI.
Your favorite tech company, the one almost everyone uses, appears to hate free speech, and I'm rethinking using their products. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to the Mark Moss Show.
Yeah, I don't know if I could sit here and watch that.
Apple Podcasts.
What's that? It's like California, this mountain lion.
So it's really important
got into the
this
house.
winter or any time, if you have a fire, a flood,
sitting
a
there out
problem
the
of
window
any
looking
kind
at
with
the
your
dog.
house,
Dog
you
lives.
have discovery of asbestos or mold, and you need what's called a catastrophe company or a mitigation company or a restoration company. Get the right one up front, and I recommend American Restoration 24/7, and here's why. They have all the EPA certifications, the honesty, the know-how, knowledge, and they work with your insurance company to make sure you get the job done right. Your insurance might be paying, but they're only going to pay once. Don't be left with a mess from these substandard companies. Get the best guys up front. 8337-AM-REST, 8337-AM-REST, or online, amrest247.com. Again, when you think restoration, think American Restoration 24/7. And when you talk about restoration, remember, it's really easy, 8337-AM-REST. All right, I love these guys, and I'm telling you they do a great job. Window washing and pressure washing, Premier window washing and pressure washing, Premier window cleaning services and pressure washing. And here's the deal. They also do Christmas lights, purchase and installation, or you can just rent them from them, and they'll put them up and take them down and store them. You never have to worry about maintaining the lights if you're looking for Christmas lights. Or Premier window cleaning services or pressure washing, 303-564-5574, 303-564-5574. The website is WeCleanWindows.co.
If you're looking for a unique gift this holiday season, check out...
And I just leave the floors turned on at about 45 degrees.
Yeah, just maintain.
Okay, because, let's find out so we can give him constructive criticism here. Is he too close to the mic? Okay, let's do a test right now. Let's do a test, and I'm gonna ride the. Go ahead, Don.
Okay, is this much better for you?
Go ahead. Your mic's off, bro. Your mic's off. He'll turn it on.
Hey, is that much better for you?
Oh. We get it. And here's the other thing.
I've only seen one.
But also his voice sucks right now because of his cold.
Stuff was moving, so we're just kind of
okay.
Down watching.
All right, I'll stay.
Just a couple little does pop out. You know, this, that, this. We're hoping, obviously there's a buck pushing or doing something. And it's just weird noise.
Well, is this any better right now?
You see buckskin color.
Okay.
Okay, good.
We got it.
This and thing pops out. It's a fucking mountain lion. And it just, it was far enough away. It wasn't like, but it was like.
I've come across them several times. Kev?
They're bigger than I was ready for. Yeah.
The first one I ever saw.
Yep, I do.
Are you guys are you hearing off air at all?
You hit offline.
You hear off air?
You can listen to Tom.
Yeah, turn your mic off. You're fine.
You pushing off air? The off air button? Say again now?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, hang on for me, and it might be a little bit of a wait, so I just have to be patient, okay?
Is it the one that says offline? You hear us now?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can? Are you able to hear? I can hear you now. Oh, good. Doc needed to talk to Kevin.
Yeah, I
Is
can hear
Kevin
you.
able to hear off air?
I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin, can you hear me now?
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Kev. Kevin?
Yes.
I need a headlight for my 216 Subaru.
I thought this
Do you
was
have to
important.
order it, or can I just come into the shop?
A bulb or a headlight?
No, headlight.
Has to be ordered.
Okay.
Call the shop, call Isaiah with your VIN number. He'll get it coming.
Okay, and then I'll, how long will it take to put it in?
It's a wait. You can wait an hour or less.
Oh, okay. I'll give the shop a call.
Okay.
Thanks, you
All right,
appreciate
bud.
it.
Hey, you bet. I'm not sure if he's on the air, if you can talk on this, and that's like...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're all dicks to him. I'm only a dick to him when we're doing a philosophical discussion.
You ever hear of a Polestar?
Mm-hmm.
I'd never heard of that car before.
Don't look up.
She's driving.
I definitely can't watch that movie because our former coworker wrote it.
Just turn.
Oh, here we go.
Really?
You know, like squirrel. Got the whole side of the damn Subaru.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so we started the show with a mystery, but we will move on to other things. Josh has a question about shipping cars. We have our experts, Kevin Calkin, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, and Sheridan Autotech. Josh, go ahead. What's your question?
Just looking for any advice or any companies that you know of.
Now, are you going to ship the car in a truck, or are you going to have someone drive it?
Probably ship it in a truck.
Good. Don't ever use shipping companies where they drive the car. The reason is they put out words for independent contractors. They don't do great jobs. It's terrible, terrible. Guys, shipping cars, you don't have a lot of experience with that, do you? I had to ship a car recently and had some really good luck, and I found the shipper. I called over to Kevin over at Sharpest Rides.
Mm-hmm.
He ships cars all over the country, and he takes them in from all over. And they gave me the name of somebody, and now it escapes me. But if you called over there, I'm sure they would tell you. If you talk to, oh, God, I got to find out the name of their buyer. He really is a wealth of information. But Kevin or Jeff, have you ever shipped cars?
I've never actually had any experience with it. I was going to say, somebody like Sharpest Rides or JFR would be a better lead.
Oh, JFR, absolutely.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Last time I
Rodney.
shipped, I called one of my dealers, and that's where I got the referral. Yeah.
You know what? That's a great idea. Oh, I know. Here's one. Oh, I have two of them. I have two of them that did a great job for me. JS Auto Transport did a great job for me. And you want to take down their number?
Yes, please.
774-855-1473. And there's another one called Baja. And I checked these guys out. They're not on the referral list, by the way. Now, Baja is local. Baja is 303-872-3672. Baja Auto Transport. Call one of those. Or call over at JFR.
Okay,
What's that?
I said thank you.
Yeah, and JFR Cars, Rodney over there is a good guy. You can call him if these guys don't come through, but one of those should be all right. Now, Holly, welcome to the show. You had called not long ago, right, Holly?
Yes. And actually, it was in May.
Okay, I'm going to look up your call, and it was about what?
It was about Jorge Raul Beltran.
Oh, my God, I remember that. And what happened with Beltran? I'm looking for the call here. I can't find it yet, but go ahead.
Yeah, back then, he had taken money from us for wood supplies and never bought the wood and then never did the job.
What was the job you hired him to do?
I hired him to, well, the idea was for him to finish my basement.
I remember the call. I just can't find it. Okay, so, and he never did.
You talked about him for like 5 episodes because it was so bad.
I know. I remember this jerk. I think I was going to put him on the Sleaze Brigade.
He's on your list. And
did you look? Oh, he is there now.
He's already on your list. Back then you put him on.
Okay.
But his MO is to start new businesses.
Okay, so are you calling with an update? Are you calling with an update? I'm going to look him up on Sleaze Braid. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling with an update.
Go ahead.
So I was scrolling through Facebook last night, and I saw some familiar pictures, but it was under another gentleman's name, advertising construction, deck repair, deck building, all that kind of stuff. And my gut just told me it was him. So I researched his new business name, and what do we know? It was him. He's acting under a fake name.
What name?
So his new, hold on one second.
Gosh, I'm looking for him on their Sleaze Brigade. Go ahead.
Is Esteban Alvarez.
Esteban Alvarez? Where did you get that name? Are you sure? Are you sure it's him?
Oh, yes. 100% positive. He's promoting a business called Dex and More, LLC. All I had to do was go over to Colorado Secretary of State and look up Dex and More. What do you know? Raul Beltran started the business.
Oh, my goodness. And so how much does he owe you?
He owes me $1,800, and sadly to say, I'm the lowest amount he owes. I had an investigator from the DA office call me about 3 weeks ago, and he's investigating Raul for other people, not my case. And Raul owes over $100,000 to just 2 people. That's not even including mine or the other people that we know about.
Okay.
He just started a new business and thinks he can just skate by and keep going.
What I want you to do is do me a favor, because I'm trying to find this while we're live on the air. We will definitely track him down. What I'd like you to do.
I have another phone number for you, too.
Good. Here's what I want you to do. Give Kelly all the particulars of this guy. She's going to email me, and we're going to put together, I want his old name, his new name, how much he took from you, all of that, and then I'll match it with our record, and we'll do an update on this clown. But thank you very much for letting us know.
Something needs to happen to this guy.
No, we'll track him down.
It has to be at least 10 or more people.
We'll track him down
who knows?
We'll track him down like a pit bull. 303-713-8255. Larry, you want to tell us some good news? Go ahead, Larry. What's going on?
Tom, I got to tell you, I called you and talked to you about Comcast and 2 fraudulent accounts.
Yeah.
And for the last 5 years, my wife and I have been trying to get this cleared off of her credit report with no success at all. Southwest Credit was hounding us. Comcast was hounding us. I called you. Sue's got me in touch with somebody, one of your angels. Your angels got in touch with Comcast. Next thing you know, I get a phone call, fax me this information. November 30th, I get a letter from Comcast saying the 2 fraudulent accounts have been taken care of.
Oh, my goodness. So, someone was using your wife's social, right?
You betcha.
Oh, man. That is so cool. We deserve a dinger today. I don't like to go a day without using it. Sue's deserved. Okay,
you guys deserve 2 dingers.
Thank you, Larry, for letting us know about this situation. All right, more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz.
Busy Friday driving throughout the Denver Metro as we get closer to that 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound, no major complaints into and out of downtown. Up on the northeast end, I-270 westbound, we've got reports of an accident between Quebec and Vasquez. No word of lane blockage, but we do have police on site. We're seeing stop-and-go traffic back from I-70. Just north of there, no surprises here. I-270 eastbound showing some congestion of its own just after I-25. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies today. Chilly this afternoon with a high of only 47 degrees. Overnight low of 20, mostly sunny again tomorrow. The current temperature in Denver is 34 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
And I'm Ted Cruz. Get the inside story on big tech, on China, on the backroom deals in the Senate, the hypocrisy, and the terrible bills moving forward in the lame duck.
So make sure you download Verdict with Ted Cruz right now, wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I really love SentryRV.com. Sentry RV. What they will do is take care of you for new and used RVs, and they just built a giant maintenance center for you. That's right, for new customers and existing customers, a brand new facility, like $10 million bucks. So go up and see them, whether you want a new or used RV, anything from motorized RVs to bumper pulls to pop-ups to fifth wheels. SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. If you are looking for the Art of Granite, go to theartofgranite.com or call them and get a price on the phone. They are proud of their deals. Theartofgranite.com. Whether it's granite or any stone, they do it all, plus Mad Main materials. Whatever you want, they do, and they sell it to you at wholesale. Then they tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. What you pay for is the fabrication and installation with 100% guarantee satisfaction. 303-386-5919. We get great reviews on theartofgranite.com. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man, will give you a market valuation of your home for the asking. All you have to do is ask. Say, Frank, what will my house sell for? And he'll let you know based on his 28 years of experience. No gimmicks, just real facts and figures. And he does it based on your neighborhood and your kind of home. So if you're thinking about selling, and yes, houses are still selling, give him a call. You won't go wrong. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com.
Michael Brown here for Integrity Health Advisors. Does your
have an ether cord set up to them, typically like Chryslers and whatnot. And there's some that they don't do. So we end up having to have, I don't know if you know Rob Brago from Colorado Diagnostic.
Yeah, whatever.
He comes over and he does mobile.
Yeah, we got a mobile guy, yeah. What does that cost you the remote from right now?
Most of the time it's $125.
Okay.
Some of them are up.
So it's not a whole lot cheaper, but it's just the convenience of being able to do it.
Yeah, some of them are upwards of about
Who was it?
Yeah, some of the Nissans and stuff are getting more.
Rams.
Well, Robert, when he comes in, he's usually 145.
Yeah, and my guy's 150 or 185, I think, for some of the Nissans or something where it may require a download for them.
Yeah, I'm seriously considering buying mine and I'll tell him.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to update stuff just to make sure it's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
The Broncos just
there's other
don't have
times
it this
you
year,
plug
do
in,
they?
you're looking for an update or you're attacking a TSB or something, and they'll say this has already been done. It's just $35 for today or whatever it was.
It's very disappointing, isn't it?
Well, they made a bad choice.
I know a lot of guys that are doing custom tunes. About the only one I'd want to do out there right now is on like the 6L80s and 6L90s and change the lockup strategy so that it doesn't come on until like 5th or 6th gear.
Yeah, way up there. Yeah.
So you don't have coming on and lugging that thing in second, tearing converters apart.
I don't know why that's. What's the purpose of that coming on so soon?
It's supposed to be for
economy.
Mm-hmm.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently than other money managers.
So unless you keep your foot in it, you know, it keeps it locked.
But it makes it work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products. They never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss. They're big, and they're coming for you. Tax refund advance loans at Jackson Hewitt, up to $4,500. That's big. Like our tax refund advance can beat up their tax refund advance kind of big. Up to $4,500 at Jackson Hewitt. Book your appointment today and get details at jacksonhewitt.com. You're going to need a bigger wallet. Eligible clients can get up to $1,000 in December and up to $3,500 in January. Loans by Republic Bank and Trust Company. Finance charge may apply.
KL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Let's take care of people, okay? Now, we got some very serious stuff coming up here. And I want to take this one, Gloria. Gloria, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hi, Tom Martino. This is Gloria Archuleta. I'm calling because I had a situation with my daughter that passed away November 14th.
Now, hold on. How did your daughter, my God, how old was she?
How old was she, Chantal Yvonne? 40.
Okay. And she died November when?
14th, just recent.
I'm so sorry to hear that. What is going on? What can we do to help you?
The problem is I know my daughter, she's been on her addiction for many, many years. But also, Tom, she was very careful with the consumption of her usage of drugs.
What kind? Okay, she was an addict for 20 years. What kind of drugs?
She started off with the crack, and I don't know what other drugs did she take, Yvonne?
Now, what do you mean by careful? The mere fact that crack. Go ahead.
She was so careful on how much she consumed. You know, like she knew she could only take so much. She wouldn't overdo it because then after that she started getting into, from my understanding, she started getting into the fentanyl.
Well, okay, you can't be careful with fentanyl. You can't be because it's not pharmaceutical. You don't know what you're getting. You could think you're getting one dose and get double or triple, and so you're used to taking, let's say, 2 or 3 pills, and then that can kill you. So is that how she died?
They're saying it's they're saying we haven't gotten a lot of reports from the toxicologists and stuff yet, but my biggest concern with all this stuff is because when I went down there, I took photos of her on the phone, and then also let's start from the beginning.
Well, let me get this straight then. Let's go right to it. What do you think happened?
I think she was somebody ingested her with more of the drugs.
You mean someone did it on purpose to kill her?
Yes.
What would be the motive, Gloria?
She had just won a $50,000 Powerball. Also,
did somebody get the 50 grand?
That we don't know. Her purse that had everything in there.
All right, hold on. The plot thickens. Let's talk about a possible murder robbery ruled as an overdose coming up.
Inamax is a Colorado favorite.
We haven't gotten this call before.
No. Well, we kind of had similar.
I think it's so hard.
My God.
To tell if she OD'd. We need to find out if they did an autopsy to find out what drugs were in her system. So ask Gloria that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That would be really significant.
News, I'm Brian Clark. After 10 months of Russian detention, WNBA star Brittany Griner is back in the U.S. Plane landed early this morning in Texas, and Griner's now at a military medical facility to receive a checkup. ABC's Mireya Villarreal is at the Army base in San Antonio.
John Kirby earlier spoke with other media, speaking with people on the ground, teams on the ground that were with Griner as she was being transported to the U.S. It sounds like he is saying right now she is in
Okay, turn up.
and that she is excited and happy
That's
to be
good.
back home.
Griner's release part of an exchange for convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. Former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan remains in Russia on espionage charges, but Vladimir Putin signaled that talks on his release continue. A former Minneapolis police officer will be sentenced today in connection with George Floyd's murder. J. Alexander King is already serving sentence.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. How can I help you?
This is ABC News. American drivers are getting some relief at the pump. Gas prices continue to plummet from
I'm sorry.
record highs from earlier this year. ABC's Trevor Alt.
I'm sorry. I can barely.
Just to give you a sense of our timeline, because we've seen a roller coaster
Okay, I can.
gas prices. When the pandemic took hold in April of 2020,
Okay, I can hear you. What's your name?
84 on average. Then it rose and it rose and it rose to the peak about $5 a gallon back in June. So we have fallen $1.60 a gallon or so more than that.
Okay, what's your name?
June, and we've done that despite OPEC and Russia scaling back its production. A Japanese
It is.
announces companions for a flight around the moon sometime in the next few years. Yusaku Maezawa bought all.
Yes, that's kind of how the radio show works.
Taken 1 million applications from people wanting to join him. Fellow passengers include K-pop star and 3 Americans: DJ Steve Aoki, filmmaker Brendan Hall, and YouTuber Tim Dodd. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Okay, what's your name?
Hey, listener. Welcome to Lee News Karaoke Lounge. The Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it. There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Lemu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Lemu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Protect his home and family from disaster. Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can
Yeah, we get calls about vandalism on apartments all the time. And you know, we've definitely been able to assign them to some of our deputies to do deeper dives to try to get to the bottom of it. What apartment complex do you live in?
KHOW News Time, 11:03.
The district attorney for El Paso and Teller counties asking the state legislature to change a law that seals criminal records after a case is dismissed. Michael Allen criticized the law after a judge
Okay, we don't work cases off air. So you would actually have to go on with Tom to get any sort of help.
and to be treated as if it didn't happen. Lawmakers to create sections that would allow such records to be unsealed immediately if a suit
Well, if you send us an email, what we would do is tell you to come on air and talk to Tom about it, because that's how.
the storm system is headed our way early next week.
But really watching late Monday into the morning hours on Tuesday for a storm system that brings colder air and some even running snow to the front range right now. Looks like 2 to 4 inches for Denver all the way up and down I-25, mainly on Tuesday morning.
That's Fox 31 meteorologist Chris Tomer. That's the latest. I'm Chaff Hour.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Fairly smooth driving throughout the Denver Metro as we hit that 11 o'clock hour. Several incidents of note on the east end. Starting with I-25 into downtown, no complaints. North of there, I-270 eastbound, we've got reports of police activity just after I-76. No word of an accident or what's going on there, but of course we will keep you updated. Further east, I-270 westbound this time, we've got a crash between York and Vasquez that's stopping things up back from I-70. Fox 31 Kings Point weather, mostly sunny skies today, but chilly out there with a high of 47 degrees. Overnight low of 20. Tomorrow, sunny again, a little bit warmer with a high of 49. The current temperature in Denver is 38 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast all week, Elon Musk may be the bravest
closing at all for Christmas?
Haven't decided. I told everybody no, but it's like it's my year. Every other year I get freaking Christmas on a Wednesday or something that kills a whole week. So I don't know. It just depends. If you guys got plans, make plans. I mean, it's, take time if you need it. We've got a big enough crew now that, it's like nine guys now.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by something very near and dear to my heart, DenverRegen.com. That's Denver Regenerative Medicine for real stem cell therapy. If you want real stem cell therapy, DenverRegen.com. Make an appointment with a stem cell doctor to talk to them about your condition. Make this new year coming up the year you're going to be out of pain a great alternative to surgery. That's DenverRegen.com, 833-STEM-GEN. Make your appointment for stem cell therapy, real stem cell therapy, pain-free, one treatment does it all, no follow-ups needed, 833-STEM-GEN. Okay, what's on your mind today and how do we help you? That's what we've been asking, and we got a lot going on. Gloria, this is a serious problem, but I'm not sure there's anything you can do or why you're pursuing it. But let's go. Gloria thinks her daughter was murdered. Her daughter was a drug addict for 20 years, and most recently, fentanyl. It was ruled an overdose. And she goes, I don't think it was an overdose. And I said, why don't you think it was an overdose? Fentanyl is dangerous. I mean, you see, even Vicodin is less dangerous because with Vicodin, if you're on 3 5s a day, 4 5s a day, 5 5s a day, they are pharmaceutical grade. Nowadays, though, fentanyl is not made. They don't hawk prescription drugs. These are drugs made in a lab in Mexico. And they're purported to be a certain dosage, but you never know. And most overdoses don't happen because people took too much knowingly. It's because they took too much unknowingly. They think they're taking 10, 20, 30, and they're really taking 100 or more. So that's a problem right there. But then she says, I think it was murder. And Gloria, you say because she won the Powerball. Is that right?
Yes, she did.
How much did she win, Gloria, and how do you know this to be sure?
She had told me that she had won the Powerball for $50,000. There was the night that she passed away, there was 3 individuals in that house because I was making phone calls letting people know that she had passed away. But one of the individuals by the name of Slim said that this one individual that was there, his name was Junior, which we now found out that his real name is Eddie Boodles, that he got very upset with Chantel, that they were there at 2:30 with Chantel at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Him and his wife proceeded to leave at 2:30 a.m. because of Junior's demeanor, and he was
Gloria, was this the night your daughter did your daughter die the same night she told you she won?
That I can't answer.
Well, Gloria, when she told you she won the Powerball, what did she say?
Right.
Why didn't you help her? Did she say, I'm going to get the money tomorrow? What did she say?
She said that she hadn't turned in her ticket yet, and then I found out that the guy that was there that night took her to go to cash in that ticket. He was there that night.
Okay. Did she tell you this guy took her to cash the ticket?
No, she told her roommate that.
So this guy took her to cash in the ticket, and then what happened?
And I guess he went back over there Saturday night on the 13th, And then
And you think that he slipped her drugs and took her money?
all her personal items with that is gone.
But you believe this guy knew she had 50 grand, went back there and killed her.
Yes, I do believe that.
And he killed her by slipping her an overdose.
Yeah, and also she had bruises on her face and she had markings on her neck, like she'd been
Okay.
strangled.
Why didn't you order an autopsy or tell police?
Well, the police were there. The police were coming by. The police were there when we found her dead. When I found her dead.
Did the police think it was suspicious?
No. No. He's saying that this was an overdose. I said, I let him know. Yeah, but did you see the bruises on her face? Did you see the markings on her neck? Because I called the coroner's office, and obviously they seen it.
Did the coroner do anything? Hold on. The coroner has a right to order an autopsy.
Right.
Well, did the coroner think they should do an autopsy?
We don't know.
Well, okay. If
We're just hearing so many different stories.
But Gloria, it might be easier for you to deal with. I don't know what you're getting at. Tell me what difference this makes.
I just need some closure because something happened in that room with my daughter.
Okay. I understand that. Listen.
I really don't believe that she overdosed on her own. I just don't, because her personal belongings that had her money in it, that had all her personal items in there, was just gone the next day.
Did you talk to a detective about it?
Yes, I did. I talked to Brian Fike.
And what did the detective say?
He keeps saying that it's an overdose.
Don't you think that if they thought there was a murder there, they would investigate? Why didn't the coroner, listen, do you have a death certificate?
No.
When did she die?
November 14th.
So she's buried now?
No, she's not.
Where is she?
She's in Jefferson County morgue.
She's still in the morgue. Is she being preserved somehow?
It has to do with her daughter that lives out in Colorado Springs. She's not wanting her mom to have any type of services, an open casket, or anything like that.
Is the daughter willing? Who has control of the body? The daughter?
The daughter for now, but now the office where the morgue's at is letting her know that if she doesn't get back with them within the next 2 days, which was 2 days ago, that body is going to be released, and it will come to me.
Okay, so when you get the body, can't you order an autopsy?
I didn't know I could do that.
Well, you got to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, are you willing to pay for to see if there was more than just an OD? I mean, you said there are marks on her.
Did you call the coroner to see if they performed an autopsy?
She said there was no autopsy, right? Gloria.
When I talked to Karina, when I told her I have photos of my daughter that shows these bruises and this markings on her neck, she said, yes, I did notice that.
Who said that?
I did notice that.
Who said that?
Karina at the morgue.
Okay, listen. Do you have photos of your daughter's bruises?
Yes, I do.
Here's what I want to do. I want to have Deputy Doc look at the photos and call the morgue and just say, did you find this suspicious enough to do an autopsy? If not, why? Maybe they'll have an explanation. Let's just take it one step at a time. And you right now think that this guy did it because he took her money, but did the police look into it at all?
That's what I keep telling him. He's saying that that I gave him the individual's name. He was supposed to come down here twice to pick up my daughter's phone, has yet to do that.
Is the phone locked?
The phone is locked. Yes, the phone is locked.
And you don't know how to open it?
No, I don't.
Is it an iPhone?
Is her phone an iPhone, sweetheart? No, she said no. It's one
Okay,
of those
Hey, Gloria, was the lottery ticket ever cashed?
We don't even know that yet.
See, we don't even know if she
Well, you
really.
can find that all
we don't
online.
really know. We don't really know if.
The guy that was there took.
We don't even know if your daughter really won it. She could have been lying to you. She could have been lying because she wants a loan or something. We don't know. What did she ask you for money? Did she say, "Hey, Mom, I won the lottery. If you could give me some money temporarily"?
No, she didn't. She didn't ask her this side of the.
Did you have a good relationship with her?
Yes, I did. I mean, I thought she has all of us here that loved her. I mean, we stopped helping her out because of her addiction. You know,
Okay.
we just completely
What was her
stopped
first
helping her
name?
about 5
What's your daughter's
Her name
first?
Her first name is Chantal with an S, S-H-A-N.
Okay, we got it. Chantel, yeah.
Her middle name is Rose, and her last name is.
I don't need it. I don't need her last name. Chantel Rose. Okay. She died November 14th. She was a drug addict for 20 years. You don't believe that she OD'd. You think she won the Powerball and somebody was after her money and killed her. We're going to let Deputy Doc look into at least the body's still around, and I want him to talk to the coroner. You have to send us photographs and information. Kelly, get information for Deputy Doc, and let's see if we can at least explore this. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, realcbdthatworks.com. Get it now. Pennies on the dollar, realcbdthatworks.com. That's Panacea Life Sciences for all the CBD you need, including cosmetics.
The holidays are a time for family. But remember, gains from the Colorado Lottery aren't for everyone on your nice list. Research shows that children who are exposed to gambling before the age of 18 are more likely to develop gambling problems later in life. So, gift responsibly this holiday season, and remember, lottery tickets aren't child's play. If you or someone you know is struggling with gambling, call or text the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
Every once in a while, a deal comes across that I just can't believe, and this is the way it is with water heaters and EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You're not going to believe this. There are no hidden charges. There are no call charges. There are no consultation charges. No upgrade charges. You get a Rheem or A.O. Smith water heater with a 6-year warranty. You get new supply lines, new gas flex line, and 40 gallons of water heater, brand new, the old one taken away free, $1,299. You heard me, $1,299. In fact, a 50-gallon is only $1,399. You need a water heater? This is a great deal. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844. Better call before they're out. 303-668-6844.
You don't have to go through yet another year with
Ash there. No, I would. Yeah, I would request a transfer myself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to walk out there with the check.
There's a guy. It was when the casinos were first opening up in Central City, and and such. He was a car dealer. He got hooked bad. We used to go up. It was $5 limit. Blackjack and stuff like that.
October 1st, 1991.
Is what?
And
gambling.
This was the worst thing that could have happened to him. He turned over, dropped some coins in a machine, and won 25 grand. It ruined this guy. I mean, he couldn't stop. But he couldn't find a Social Security card. They wouldn't give him. They wouldn't pay him off without his Social Security proof of. Maybe it's changed, but this was. So it took him 2 months to get a replacement Social Security card. Goes up there. And he's like, I don't want your damn check, So the guy he's like this file over, like, and it's just cash, And now all of a sudden he's walking out and he's just like, looking over his shoulder, wondering if somebody's followed him to his car, So he gave the cash back and got a check. But he got so bad, he was tracking the. What do you call it, where the pots just keep rolling over, the progressives. He would chart those and see how far they would go before they would pay. So he knew if he, like say they paid between 60 and 65 or something, he'd be up there when they were 60, you know, and start playing real heavy, you know. He didn't realize that the progressors went to multiple casinos. He thought they were all just like right here. Oh, he was nuts. He had a stack of W-2s like this.
Yeah. Oh, I had a builder that was big into gambling and lotto and whatnot. You know, so he wrote off his losses.
Yeah. No, you could. Yeah.
No.
Against.
You know, and he'd get like $100,000 check, but you know, it took him $90,000 to get it.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Never been much into gambling.
I like playing poker. I don't think that's gambling as much. I mean, I guess it's somewhat, but I mean, like sitting in front of a machine.
We were at the Trans Expo years ago, and I walked up to the bar, said, you know, the center bar is at the casino there, thinking, you know, I wanted a Bloody Mary. Late enough in the day, but.
Thing that surprised me, we used to go to the Luxor when Napa had their conventions and all that stuff out there. But this one bartender we got to know, he, as long as we played a little bit, the drinks were free.
Right.
You know, and some guy hit a royal flush or something on one of these. You know, they came and paid him like $4,000, $5,000 in cash. Yeah, right on the spot. It's funny.
He's very generous.
I don't know how they thought they would pay, but I didn't think there was a guy running around with that kind of cash in his, you know.
So he's worked off and on, and hasn't worked in like 4
And they'll give you cash. You can go up to the window. Not anymore though. You got tickets that come out of the machine.
Right.
He's a chemical engineer.
But
and he did some
yeah, I've seen them pay out in chips.
Yeah, however you want it. Yeah, they don't care. I just go, you know, little recreation, free drinks, and just chill, you know.
Oh yeah, I'll find a low stakes table and I'll play low stakes.
No, I'm fine, yeah. But it's even like playing poker. I'll get in tournaments and stuff. They'll have them at different casinos, and it's like $50 buy-in, you know, and you can play for 2-3 hours and drinks, you know, just tip them and play little cards.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. We do have Kimmer Transmission with us, 303-693-1400. Sheridan Autotech, 303-455-7242. Let's talk to them right now. I want to ask them a question. Guys, someone said the problem with cars today is not that they're hard to figure out, but they're almost impossible to work on, and they're talking about access. Now, have you ever run across that where you know what's wrong, you can see what's wrong, but to get to it, you have to go through over the hill and through the woods? I mean, have you ever had that situation?
As far as what should be a simple job, but they've got too much in the way, and you've got to take half the car apart.
You literally have to take things apart to a point where you can't believe it.
Most definitely, most definitely. I mean, there's one of the Infinities out there. Just to change the starter, you have to pull the transmission out. It's a 13-hour job to put a starter in it.
Oh my God! And it's not the starter that's the problem; it's everything else.
It's everything else.
What other cars are difficult to work on? I think people. Do you know what? There should be some kind of a chart on maintenance of cars, because I had a car once. I'll just say what the hell it was. Who cares? And it was before they were really popular. I had one. I was an early adopter. I had 2 of them. G-Wagon. You don't go in for an oil change with a G-Wagon without dropping $1,000. And I thought to myself, how can that happen? There's always something they find. How does that happen? Are there cars that are just overly expensive and then cars that are not?
Well, and there's also the MO of making sure that there's a laundry list for every customer that comes in the door. You don't make money on oil changes. You make money on the other stuff the guy wasn't planning on.
Exactly.
But I don't think they were putting me together. I think they really had stuff wrong.
It's just recommended services. It's not always required as opposed to recommended.
Okay, so what are the most difficult cars to work on access-wise? Because I'd like to curse them.
I think it's little components within each car. I don't think there's one. Because the way they put cars together, you know, there's an entire chassis with the motor, transmission, everything that goes up in one big piece.
Is it true that on some of these exotic cars, I swear to God, that on one of them they told me, and I didn't know if this was true, that to do some service they have to lift the engine? Come on, could that be true?
Well, certain Ford trucks, you pull the cab off to work on them.
Oh my God!
Because the diesel is easier to get to the components with the cab off.
Newer cars. What are the newer cars the easiest to work on?
Easiest to work on? I quite frankly, I still like working on trucks, pickup trucks.
So the newer pickup trucks are still easy to work on?
Yeah, easier than a lot of the, well, you look at some of these small cars, and they're still packing in that V6 engine or whatever they're putting inside there.
Oh, and you know what else? They have this big thing about shrouding everything now with plastic, so it looks so... But, man, to get all that plastic off, I just had to jump my daughter's car the other day. My God, it was like going through a circus to get in there to the batteries.
Well, especially when it's cold, you start breaking those panels.
All right, let's talk to Essie. Essie, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. I can tell
you have a
you
2000. You have a 2007.
I have a 2007 Chevy HHR.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and I'll try to summarize it for you. Saturday, November 19th, me and my neighbor had gone to a popular fast food restaurant. As we were leaving the drive-thru, my steering felt weird. It felt like I didn't have control. So I parked it. It was still running. And I said, well, I think I've got it. I think we'll be okay. Reversed it, started to take it out again. Steering was still weird. So I thought,
when you say weird, was there a lot of play in it?
I didn't feel like I had control over it.
Wow.
So yeah. So this had never happened before. So as I was leaving the driveway, I decided, like a computer, shut it off and shut it back on again. And I did that, and it did not come back on. So the dash lit up, everything, stereo came on, everything. So I figured, well, I don't know what it is.
Wait. So when you turned the key, when you turned it off and you turned the key back or pressed a button, whatever, it did not crank?
It didn't crank. It would light up, and I could move the key, but it wouldn't crank.
Okay, so then what happened?
So I had one of the guys from the restaurant push me into a parking lot, and I called AAA. AAA bought out a flatbed, and I gave the guy the keys. A friend of mine came to pick us up. That was the last time I dealt with the car. Now, this was on Saturday, November 19th.
It went in, did it go into a shop? Did it go into a shop?
I took it. I sent it. I can give you names if you need it. If not, I won't.
No, but but November 19th it went into a shop.
Yes, and then because the shop wasn't open, obviously, but they put it in the parking lot in the shop.
Okay, what did they find?
Well, Monday they called me and they told me that my alternator and my battery had gone out. And my cousin and I were renting a car at the time. They wanted $930 for it. My cousin said, we can do that for less. So we called a friend of his who owns a shop, who has a shop. And we called well, I don't know if you want me to mention names here.
I mean, I don't care. You can mention any name you want, but I want to get to the part where we can help.
Yes, okay. That's what I want to do. So I called AAA, and I had them. They towed it the first time to the shop, and then when the other guy gave me the high estimate, I called them again and had them tow it to the second shop.
Okay, then what?
When the second, yes, okay, forgive me.
No, it's okay. Then what? What happened to at the second shop?
Okay, so we get to the second shop. The guy met him. He doesn't work on Mondays, but he came in on Tuesday. He said when he got to the car, the key was stuck in the ignition. He couldn't move it out, forward, nothing. It was like it was dead. So he said, I went to the hood and I lifted it up and I checked your fuse box. He said, your electrical system is fried. I'm not going to touch your car. You need to contact AAA or the company that had it prior to see what was going on.
All right, hold on a second. Let's take this one step at a time before we go there. Guys, what would happen that would put a lot of play in our steering wheel, and would it have anything to do with it not starting?
Well, if the battery was dead, I mean, it may have been an issue with a belt or something, a belt slipping on a pump, and that's why the steering felt funny.
But did it feel stiff or loose, Essie?
It was loose.
Yeah, that's just the opposite.
That one's actually, it should be electronic power steering.
The 07, that was just looking.
Wait a minute. What does electronic power steering mean?
They actually have a motor to assist the rack and pinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it wouldn't give you more play if it went out. It would give you less play.
It can overreact.
It can overreact, yeah, the sensors in it.
Okay, so the motor could have gone haywire, causing her to have play due to a voltage problem.
Yep.
Got it. So a voltage problem could give her extra play, and then when she turned it off, couldn't turn it back on. Now what? So what would cause things to burn up?
I don't know about burning up. It should have a maxi fuse that would have popped.
Essie, exactly right now, where your car sits, what is wrong with it right now, and are you blaming the first shop?
It's between the two companies because when they got the car, the first shop got the car, they were handed the keys. They said they jumped the battery to get it in their garage, and then when I told them I didn't want them to fix it, they jumped it again to put it in the parking lot for AAA to take. So they said they were done with it. They handed the guy the keys.
So are you saying basically, I mean, you did have a problem to begin with, otherwise your car would have started. So they couldn't have done all the harm. You think they made it worse?
Yes.
How many miles on this car? How many miles on this car?
Oh, it's got a lot. It's 144,000.
Okay, listen. Here's what, you're not going to like what I say, but you need to get it to somebody we know and trust, and they will, honest to God, tell you if they think it was something another mechanic did or if it's just something that went wrong. So where is it right now?
Right now, it is at Mike. He's a Chevy dealer, Mike Maroney.
Okay. Well, they're not bad. I mean, it's at a Chevy dealer. What do they say?
Well, I don't know yet. They just got the car yesterday.
Okay, listen. You've been spending a lot of money getting this thing transported, or did AAA do it free?
That was AAA, but I did have a rental car for 2 weeks. So.
All right, listen. If it's at Mike Maroney, Chevrolet, look, they're not that bad. I mean, really, a dealer will get to the bottom of it. But what you want them to tell you is not just what's wrong, but did someone cause it? Essie, could you call us back when you get your estimate, and then we can decide where to go from there?
Okay.
That's what I want to do. I want you to call us back. I'm going to mark it pending, and I have your name, and I will look it up. Yeah. But these guys will be happy to take care of it, or you can have even a mobile guy, SOS Inspections. He can look at it and give you his honest-to-God opinion. He actually goes to court on cases because he's such an expert. So, and his name is Norris. So hang on, and then we will I'll enter you here and wait till you hear from Maroney to let us know what they think. 303-713-TALK, 713-825. Billy wants to know reputable dealers in Texas. I don't know how to find a dealer in Texas. Guys, do you know, Jeff or Kevin?
I'd go the same way we're looking for transport. Talk to some of the guys that buy a lot of cars out of state, see if they have any hooks in Texas.
Billy, did you find anything out of state already, and you're just wondering if they're reputable? What's the situation?
Hi, Tom. Great to talk to you, man.
Thank you, Billy.
I just moved here a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know who to go to. I was hoping you guys.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I thought you were looking for someone in Texas, right? Where did you move in Texas?
Yes. Huntsville.
Where's that near?
Houston.
Are you looking for a dealer to buy a car or service?
I just need a reputable mechanic.
Okay, Billy, what about the year, make, and model of your car?
2008 Honda CR-V.
Okay. You know what? I used to know a bunch of people down there because we had a referral list down there.
That's what I thought.
Yep. So give me the next. So, if you drive any, what's the closest thing to you? The closest big city?
Conroe, and Houston's only like 40 miles away. So
good because KTRH is where my show was, and I know people there, and I can do some digging on that. So, you need to leave your number. I don't know of anybody offhand. Jeff, Kevin, you guys don't, right? In Texas, he's looking for repair and service.
I've got nothing, no.
Are there any kinds of associations, Kevin, that he should look for?
Well, I mean, AAA certified, they're real strict. Napa Auto Care, or a combination. A lot of shops would be AAA and Napa. I mean, those are the ones we go by.
When you say Napa certified?
Napa Auto Care. Yeah, if you put in Napa Auto Care repair, they'll bring up, and you get nationwide warranties through those.
I have AAA.
Yeah, get with AAA. AAA certified shops are also, hard to qualify for. They don't give those away.
Okay, I'll try
and you're
again.
Near Conroe. Conroe's a beautiful area, but I know that we used to have some pretty good people down there, and I can probably come up with a couple names if I look in my records, and let me think. Okay, I know that there were some pretty good places, like for example, Kindle Automotive. I'm not sure where they are in relation to you, but that name comes to mind.
Kendall?
It's Kindall. But you know who else is even better? This one called, but I don't know if they do regular repair, Texan Auto Repair and Collision. Some of these are body shop. Oh, I know. Hanson. Oh, Hanson's Automotive. That was the name. Hanson's. HANSON''S. Hanson's. Those guys were the bomb. They were the bomb. I got to figure out where they're located. Hold on. They are in. That might be too far. Are you? What about League City? How far away are you?
Not too far.
They're worth the trip, bro. They're worth the trip. I'm telling you.
In League?
What's that?
They're in League, Texas. League City.
Yep. Hanson's.
Okay,
you might want to call and see the feel you get for them, but they're not bad people. What you want to do, Uptown Automotive as well. I'm looking on my old list, so don't hold me to it right now. You got to get a good feel for these guys. And let me find out where they are. League, where the heck? I got to figure out their location. These are definitely good guys. Uptown Automotive. Auto repair.
As long as I got a name, I got the internet. So.
Well, at least try, man. And then let me know what you find when you talk to them, because you'll get a good feel when you talk to them. And all of these people, those guys are really Uptown. Really, Uptown Automotive gets some good reviews. So anyway, let me know how it goes. And so why did you move to Texas, bro?
My girlfriend.
Okay, that's a good reason. All right, we got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Busy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we reach the end of the week. Heading into downtown, I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue. We've got a crash in the right shoulder. Stop-and-go traffic back from Lincoln and Broadway. About 3 minutes of slow driving for folks heading north into downtown. North of there, I-270 eastbound after I-76. News of police activity. No word of a crash, but we are seeing significant stop-and-go traffic back from I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny out there today, but chilly with a high of only 47 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Nice and freezing there. Tomorrow, sunny again. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I sell custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters that are easy to install at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are custom-made for your windows, and I guarantee they'll fit. Don't hire a pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hey, if you want dependability, reliability, value, and honesty in a home services company that's plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, look no further than Fix It 24/7. Now listen, here's how they operate. $39 gets a background checked, trained, and insured tech to your home to find any problem, whether it be electrical, HVAC related, or drains or plumbing, and they will find the problem and give you a full diagnostic with the repair cost up front for your approval. If you approve it and they do the work, they'll give you a credit for that $39. You won't pay it. But if you don't have the work done, all you pay is $39, but you get a diagnosis for that $39. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939, fixmyhome.com.
If you want fantastic pheasant hunting in Colorado, the only choice is Rocky Mountain Roosters. Since 1985, we've been telling you about Colorado's finest private pheasant hunting preserve. It's just about an hour southeast of Denver. Hunt on over 5,000 acres with experienced guides and dogs. Or for the guys that run their own dogs, Rocky Mountain Roosters is the best place to hunt and train in Colorado. This is the perfect gift idea for any hunter, and they have gift certificates too. Call 719-635-3257 or see them on the web at rmroosters.com.
Mom, Dad, let's talk. Before you know it, I'm out of here. I want to go to college. Or start a business. My allowance ain't gonna cut it. Ooh, sorry I said ain't.
The UNest app puts smart investing tools right in the palm of your hand. And with the UNest gifting link, friends and family can contribute to your child's account. Start investing today. Download the UNest app from the App Store or Google Play. See terms and conditions at unest.co. That's UNEST.co.
We just can't seem to catch a break, huh? So many rough fire seasons. But we made it through, and now there's another risk. All that charred soil and burnt vegetation can lead to floods and mud flow. I know, but you've got this too. And one way to get this is to get this, flood insurance. There's no rest for the West, but with flood insurance, you can rest assured that you're ready for whatever else nature throws at you. Protect the life you've built at floodsmart.gov/wildfires.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car? Here's my card.
I order takeout, here's my card. And most of us just accept the high interest rates credit cards charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 7.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money with a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 21.49% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
Here's a wonderful gift. K&H Home Solutions playing Santa with one of their best sales ever. Buy one window, get one free. Buy two, get two free. The more you buy, the more you save. Also, 45% off beautiful Provia doors and all siding. K&H Savings puts the ho-ho-ho in your holidays. Details at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
K&H Home Solutions has what you're looking for.
They're big, and they're coming for you. Tax refund advance loans at Jackson Hewitt, up to $4,500. That's big. Like our tax refund advance can beat up their tax refund advance kind of big. Up to $4,500 at Jackson Hewitt. Book your appointment today and get details at jacksonhewitt.com. You're going to need a bigger wallet. Eligible clients can get up to $1,000 in December and up to $3,500 in January. Loans by Republic Bank and Trust Company. Finance charge may apply.
Selling your home is one of the only events in your life when thousands of dollars can be gained or lost with simply the stroke of a pen. What other investment have you sold that is larger? Hi, it's Marty Lenz, and that's why I love recommending my real estate agent, my friend, Gay Ribble, with Empower Home Team Keller Williams Realty. Gay has perfected the home selling process for her clients like me. You get the best-in-class service, written guarantees, and thousands of buyers looking to buy a home just like yours. The number one reason why you should call Gay is because you will get the most money possible for your home when you sell. That's guaranteed. Who else will sell your home for 100% of your list price or pay you the difference in cash? Art and Shelley in Superior sold in just 6 days and for over asking. Call Gay Ribble now. 833-453-SOLD. 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 Visit GayHasTheBuyers.com. GAYE, GayHasTheBuyers.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I know Bobby's been on hold a while. I'm so sorry, Bobby. Go ahead. What's happening and how can we help you? Is this a follow-up, Bobby?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Bobby. I know what it's about your venture van, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and listen, man, you know how I feel about it. I know you're trying to get some money from the city, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I don't know what's new or what's changed, but to sum it up, you were working on your van out on a public street, and
Correct.
You had the engine and whatever underneath it being ready to install. They took it all, and when you went to retrieve it, the engine and transmission, I think, were missing. Is that right?
And the subframe, yeah. It was the first time when I went.
And so you think somebody took it. It's really not of value to anybody, but okay, I told you first of all to try to sue the city. It's not going to work unless they voluntarily want to pay you. And what they did was they declined. They said they're not responsible. Your van was towed, and it's not worth anything, Bobby. That's the problem. It's only worth something to you. But if you went to court and said, look, I had an engine and a transmission in an old van, and now parts of it are missing, you don't have a lot to go after is what I think. So what's new about this case?
Nothing new other than you asked for the paperwork and the denial letter, so I sent that to you.
Oh, yes. I did see that. And it's exactly what I thought. It's exactly what I thought. They said basically that you are out of luck. They're not taking any responsibility, that it was towed perfectly, and that they're not responsible. I just don't know what recourse you have at this point.
I don't know either. I'm kind of confused because it was a complete vehicle, even though it wasn't running at the moment.
It wasn't a complete vehicle. It had no value. It had salvage value.
So let's say if it had a value, would it still be okay for them to do that? Say if it was your vehicle, and would it be okay?
Okay. Let's say there was a vehicle. Let's say there was a vehicle totally intact, and the vehicle was towed, and while it was in impound, it was stolen. Your insurance would kick in and then go after the city. If it was damaged and you could prove it was damaged while in impound, the city would have to pay for damage if it was negligent. But here's the deal. Your van, I'm telling you, you have no value to go after.
Well, there is a value. It's just not new car value.
Well, it's not even a used car. It had no engine and transmission. It was separated from the car, and the van was old. Listen, man, why don't you find an attorney if you think you got value there, get an attorney to go after it on contingency. Why don't you do that?
All right.
Okay, go ahead and do that, because I can't argue with you. I don't want to argue with you. I feel bad for what. Bobby, you don't understand this. I really do feel bad for you. It's all you had. It was on the street, but it's a van with so many miles on it. It had an engine that was used. If you try to assign a value, they're not going to pay it. They're not going to pay it. They're going to say that it was worth nothing or salvage value. That's going to be the problem. As much as okay, Bob, here's the deal. Your venture, it was a 2003, as I recall, right?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you think a 2003 van without a transmission and engine would be worth?
Without it, nothing, like it is now. It had its engine and transmission.
And how much was that engine and transmission worth?
It's $2,000.
It's not. They're not going to pay you for that. Here's the deal. We disagree on the value. I think In a perfect world, they probably owe you something, but they're not willing to pay you, which means you have to go to court for it.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Busy driving throughout the Denver Metro as we reach the end of the week, heading into downtown I-25 northbound before 6th Avenue. We've got a crash in the right shoulder. Stop-and-go traffic back from Lincoln and Broadway. About 3 minutes of slow driving for folks heading north into downtown. North of there, I-270 eastbound after I-76. News of police activity. No word of a crash, but we are seeing significant stop-and-go traffic back from I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Sunny out there today, but chilly with a high of only 47 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Nice and freezing there. Tomorrow, sunny again. The current temperature in Denver is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The movie Walk the Line explored the life of Johnny Cash, but it wasn't the full story. To hear more about the Man in Black, be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. He handles traffic accidents. That's 100% of his practice. What does that mean? If you're injured in a traffic accident and you want to talk to an attorney, you better call him, because in the other places you talk to call centers. John Fuller is the only one who personally answers your call and will talk to you about your case, and will only take as many cases as he can handle personally. You'll notice the difference when you call 303-597-4500. He's my accident lawyer on the show, and he can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. That's his website, myaccidentlawyer.co. You can also find him on TikTok if you search John Fuller Law, or YouTube John Fuller Law. He's packed with information that can help you in a time of need. Don't go needlessly calling a lot of people. Call him first and see what you think. 303-597-4500. He'll give you a cell phone number and be in personal touch. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
There is a huge end-of-year sale happening at the Sharpest Rides right now. Hey, I'm Chelsea. They have the best pricing in Colorado, the most cars in the state, and they are the #1 internet car dealer. And they have the most value for trade-ins. They're also family-owned and local. I'm telling you, if you need a vehicle, it's the best time of year to buy, with new inventory and with the largest selection of trucks, cars, SUVs, luxury rides, you name it. And with every vehicle sold at the Sharpest Rides, a donation is made to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Find your next vehicle today at thesharpestrides.com. That's thesharpestrides.com.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons: sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, "Best product I've ever used," and "Amazing, I love my Navage." Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Tune into Peace to You from Peace Lutheran Church in Arvada this Sunday. Peace to You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You comes every Sunday, right here on 630 KHOW at 7:30 a.m.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're looking for a unique gift this holiday season, check out Rosetta Stone. It's the award-winning app that's helped millions of people around the world learn to speak new languages with confidence. A lifetime unlimited subscription provides forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages, from Spanish and Chinese to German and Tagalog. And through December 25th, they're offering it for 40% off. It's the perfect present for the people in your life who value meaningful experiences instead of getting more stuff. Got a BFF who's planning a big trip to Europe next year? A cousin who's been saying she wants to learn Korean to connect with her culture? Or that friend who'd love to be able to tell people he can say cheers in 10 different languages? Rosetta Stone is something they'll actually use and love for life. So visit rosettastone.com today to save $120 on a lifetime unlimited subscription. If you're looking for a unique gift this holiday season, check out Rosetta Stone.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino. Listen, I know a lot of people think, why do I keep bringing Bobby back? And I feel bad for Bobby. In fact, I see a picture of his van. It wasn't an old wrecked, ugly van. It was a pretty nice looking van. But Bobby, they cite a law here that you really, really, really need to read. It's CRS 2410-106, and in essence, the guy is saying under the Governmental Immunity Act, even if we did something wrong, we're not responsible. So that's what they're citing. And they're saying it was in the maintenance and upkeep of streets and doing what they were supposed to do, and therefore they're immune from damages, even if those damages were a result of negligence. So you're just fighting for something they're never going to pay. So I don't want you to think there is no value. Even if it's $2,000, that's value. But you won't have a case against the city because of it. That's the problem.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're ready to maximize your earnings on your old home and minimize the stress of selling it, you need to try Orchard. Visit Orchard.com and see how you can get an all-cash offer today. Orchard. It's the new way to home.
Michael Brown here for Podiatry Associates. Do you have foot and ankle pain like I did at one time? Well, Podiatry Associates was my answer, and it's your answer too. Contact them today to learn more about how their podiatrists and physical therapists can help you feel better fast. Podiatry Associates is one of the only facilities in the country that makes orthotics in-house. That makes them quicker and more affordable for you if that's what you need. So call Podiatry Associates today, 303-805-5156, or go online, footdoctorscolorado.com. That's footdoctorscolorado.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Available everywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. A renewed push to increase COVID vaccinations. White House COVID health experts, including Dr. Anthony Fauci, at a briefing urging Americans to get vaccinated and boosted as cases rise again.
Other vaccines of the other types give you immunity that's lasting in decades and sometimes a lifetime. Unfortunately, that's not the case with COVID, so we've got to keep up with that virus.
Health experts encouraging older Americans to protect themselves against COVID, the flu, and respiratory illnesses. WNBA star Brittany Griner is back in the U.S. after her release from a Russian prison. She was flown to a military medical facility in Texas. Griner was released as part of a prisoner swap for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. Russia did not agree to release former Marine Paul Whelan, but Vladimir Putin says talks continue. Senator Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona is leaving the Democratic Party. She'll be an independent. Democrats will still have the Senate majority. This is ABC News. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas speaking out against violence in an interview with a Saudi Arabian news outlet.
I do not support armed Palestinian resistance. In a rare interview, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas rejecting Palestinian attacks on Israelis, insisting he's against, quote, terrorism and violence. Those remarks welcome, if not late, after more than 8 months of deadly violence between the sides. Abbas failing to take any responsibility for the violence, both Israel and the U.S. have criticized Abbas for losing control of the security situation in the West Bank cities of Nablus and Jenin, hotbeds of Palestinian militancy. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
The Treasury Department today announced new sanctions aimed at human rights abusers in Russia, China, and Iran. The group includes Russian individuals the department says are involved in interrogating and seizing data from Ukrainian citizens. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
At CDW, we get you can't lock up your devices. Your workforce needs the freedom to roam.
Final boarding call, flight 555 to New York.
And wherever they go, productivity is key. But with Microsoft Surface devices pre-configured and deployed by CDW experts, you'll get multi-layered security and seamless experiences to help productivity really take off. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/surface.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
Colorado senators are joining other lawmakers from the West in a push to get the Department of Agriculture to do more to address the ongoing drought. Democratic senators John Hickenlooper and Michael Bennet joined 12 other senators to send a letter to the USDA urging the agency to help Western farmers and ranchers. The letter asking for assistance to help those affected by stressing water conservation and efficiency. It also asked the USDA to do a better job allocating resources to the Western region. A bipartisan group of senators from Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada also signed the letter. The Broncos looking to snap a 13-game losing streak against the Chiefs that dates back to 2015 on Sunday. Coach Nathaniel Hackett.
I know it's a horrible streak. I really do. And a lot of us weren't here. Of course, as a coach, you're trying not to escalate it. But I think it's huge for the fans.
It will be a battle between the Chiefs' top-ranked offense and the Broncos' third-ranked defense. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Busy commuting throughout the Denver metro as we get closer to the end of the week. I-25 northbound just before 6th Avenue. We've got a crash off on the right shoulder. Stop-and-go traffic back from Alameda. Looks like a tow truck is there. This one should be clearing up soon. We're still seeing about 2 minutes of slow driving. Up on the northeast end of town, I-270 eastbound after I-76. Reports of police activity. No word of a crash. Slow traffic back from I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies throughout the metro today. Chilly out there with a high of only 47 degrees projected this afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Tomorrow, sunny again. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
The movie Walk the Line explored the life of Johnny Cash, but it wasn't the full story. To hear more about the Man in Black, be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeart Radio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey Colorado, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Thinking of putting off your beautiful new kitchen or bath remodel till after the holidays, aren't you? Or maybe even waiting on replacing your old rickety freezing windows and doors. Well, with that busy holiday time here again, that's why we're tempting you with our best holiday offer ever. Listen on. Todd?
Okay, Dad, here it is. An awesome 17% savings. But first, let's brag a little. Premium kitchen design and replacement, our unique quarter-inch cabinet resurfacing, elegant bathrooms, and the finest in replacement windows and doors. Our family's been at it for nearly 40 years, and now it's time for us to serve you too. Call and book your project now for select install dates after the holidays, and you'll save 17% off regular retail pricing. That's right, 17%. Dad?
Folks, please call us. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right and done right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or save at drhi.com.
Address hair loss with the same simple one-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
From your radio to your desktop, and when you ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio, Denver's talk station is available everywhere. Just download our free iHeartRadio app. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
I'm Martino, and I welcome you to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net for wonderful water systems at lesser than anywhere else. The prices are the best. Waterpros.net. Now, also, Garage Magic for your garage floors. GarageMagic.com. You will love Garage Magic. Guaranteed for life. Hey, do you want to hear something? I am being chastised for being at home while I got my guests in the studio. I got Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Usually Mark's there and Suzanne. Kelly's filling in for Suze. Suze had to go to a funeral with Mark. And here's the deal. I'm not in the studio for their own good. See, Deputy Doc's here because he's the one that gave this to me, so he figures he's immune. And I got the sore throat now and all that other crap. So this morning, to get through the show, because he can hardly talk still. He got laryngitis. So I went to see my doctor right before the show. In fact, I see my doctor during the breaks, Dr. Jack Daniels, 303-713-TALK, numbs the throat. It's medicinal only, guys, okay? It's medicinal. Now,
it's doctor approved. I approved it.
I want to ask, what this text guy says, is it reasonable for my mechanic to tell me I have to wait 6 months for my cat? We've been through this before. Mark has a solution for it. He says go out of state. Even though it's not the California emission standards, Mark, he has contended this all along. If you go out of state and have it fixed, no one is going to ever pull you over and say, prove that that cat meets the standards of California. Kevin, Jeff, what do you think? If somebody moves in from another state,
100%.
Okay,
yeah.
So why are those cats available?
It was legislation, it was laws that was passed through before Hickenlooper left that required the California mandated catalytic conversion emissions. So Colorado was the only one affected. Now, when these cats are all getting stolen for all their precious metals, you only have a captive number that we can deal with to begin with. The aftermarket is still producing them where they're bolt and fit. But since they don't go through the same testing that they do for the California and they don't go through the dealerships, we're not allowed to use them.
But they are essentially the same.
They are the same.
But because they're California approved, in Colorado we don't get to use them if we have a Colorado shop.
Correct.
Correct. Not without a healthy fine.
But why is there a backlog on the California, for lack of a better word, the California catalytic converters as opposed to the regular aftermarket ones?
Well, to some extent, you're going to find that they're also going to be a little bit backed up on the aftermarket ones. Just not as bad as the dealership ones. There's a larger number available because they're more produced.
All right, Jan, let's talk to Jan about an auto title issue. Go ahead, Jan. What's happening?
Yeah, hi, Tom. I
had emailed in the details on this, but bottom line is I bought a paid cash for a used vehicle out of New Jersey. The vehicle showed up. They said they would send me the title. I've called in multiple times.
Was this a dealer?
A used car dealer, yep.
And you never got the title?
No. Actually, it's funny. When I first called about the car, because of the price of the car, it's very low, but I said, do you have the title? And they said, yes. And I said, okay, well, let's talk about the deal. We did the deal. I sent him the money. And then the sales guy said, I had the car delivered to Colorado, and he said, well, we don't give the title to the delivery driver. We send it directly to you. So once the car leaves, we'll overnight the title. Never got it. Called in, lady that handles titles at the store said that they didn't have the title. She had to order a duplicate title from New Jersey. Said it would take 2 weeks. That time came and went. Then I called her. She said, she said it was coming. I would have it in 2 days, and that was like maybe a week ago.
Okay, so how long ago was this?
Within the last 3-4 weeks. But no, that's more than that, I think, because it's been over 60 days since I got the car and do not have the title.
Well, if they're doing a duplicate title, they have been taking 3 to 4 months.
And that's okay.
As long as you know it's coming.
Know.
What are you doing? What are you doing to drive it right now?
Well, she sent me a 30-day temporary tag, which has since expired, so it's just kind of sitting.
Okay. You can make them undo the deal if you wanted to. Even in New Jersey, they have strict rules. Is this a licensed dealer?
I would imagine.
Well, did you do your due diligence?
Like they're doing business. Yeah.
Okay. If you did a due diligence, then you know they're licensed. So you can call the dealer licensing board out there, and you can start with the Consumer Affairs Division. They, believe it or not, they do a pretty good job. Here it is. It's 800-242-5846. Okay. Now, this is not the dealer licensing board, but it is what's called the Division of Consumer Affairs. The good news is they do a pretty damn good job, and they can help you. But they're pretty backed up right now with similar complaints. But that's where you start. And just say you can't get your title, period, and make it very simple.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting for the title. I guess my question is there any violation? Is a dealer violating anything by not delivering? Well,
Yes.
First of all,
yeah, I just told you that. Yes, yes, they have to deliver title in a reasonable amount of time.
Okay.
So yes, they are, and yes, you could undo the deal. Do you like the deal?
Well, if I undid the deals, I mean, I have to give the car back?
That's right.
No, it's not going to happen. It was a good deal.
What is the car?
It's a 1999 Lexus LS 400 sedan.
What the hell? A 99 Lexus?
Yes.
Now, why did you want that? Is it the 400?
It's a 400, yeah, full-size sedan.
Tell me what you liked about that car. I mean it's kind of old school.
Well, you're right, and we've had prior discussions on the show about my other LS 400.
Okay. How many miles? How many miles on this 99?
It's about 150,000.
Is it in good shape?
Well, it was in good enough shape for me to buy it for what I needed it for. And I will tell you, these are very well. First of all, you can't get parts for these, body parts anymore. It's going to be aftermarket.
Did you buy it for parts?
I did. It's a donor car.
Then why do you care about title?
Well, the principle of the thing.
Yeah, but come on, man. Why would you go? I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't get title, but if you're never going to drive it, why the hell do you care?
Frankly, I don't.
How much did you pay for it?
$3,000.
Oh man. Okay. Do whatever you want though. But I'm telling you that there's no need for a title. No one's ever going to bug you about it. You're not even driving the damn thing. No, people don't even know you have it.
You're right.
You're not registering it. I say there are more important things in life, like for example, how Harry and Meghan were screwed over by the royals. I mean, come on. Worry about some real stuff.
Okay. I can come up with a few things.
Yeah, I know. We all can. 303-713-8255. More coming right up.
They're big, and they're coming for you. Tax refund advance loans at Jackson Hewitt, up to $4,500. That's big. Like our tax refund advance can beat up their tax refund advance kind of big. Up to $4,500 at Jackson Hewitt. Book your appointment today and get details at jacksonhewitt.com. You're going to need a bigger wallet. Eligible clients can get up to $1,000 in December and up to $3,500 in January. Loans by Republic Bank and Trust Company. Finance charge may apply.
You know, you can never, ever, 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 how much time do I have? Ever, 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 ever trust your insurance company to do an honest job evaluating a claim on your home, or especially your business. So I'm recommending you get a public adjuster. Matt Stanford will take care of you. A public adjuster takes a small percentage of the additional money they get you, more than pay for their services. Paragon Services, 719-726-0020. Century RV, that's right. I talk about Century because they're located right here in Colorado. People come from all over the country to get their deals. They have screaming deals. They have a brand new maintenance facility for all of their customers. So whether it's maintenance or new or used, go see them. Century RV, exit 240 and I-25, 303-453-1111. You can even sell your used RV without buying one. They need them so bad. That's CenturyRV.com, 303-451-1111. Turn that up. Thank you.
Shop or one for his garage or his barn?
I figured if I put them in for, 35 or 4 or whatever, maybe I'll get $1,000 a piece or 500 a piece, cheaper as crap.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully somebody's come get them. $300 there.
All right.
A lot of lifts I'll go with cubby hole in there and get them in there, but it's a little crowded.
Who do you help install your lift?
Yes.
Oh, Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Oh, Leslie Nielsen.
It's not a hat. It looks like a hat.
Give me a duplicate, goddamn you.
It's funny or shit is this
Make a copy. Oh, I'm looking for a duplicate. It's a long story, brother.
What are you talking about, Don? Yeah, he retired to Texas. Mike fucks with him all the time. He's always out in the barn in Texas.
Didn't he just get sick recently too, though?
Yeah, drug cancer.
That's what.
They ended up having to cut out his voice box.
Oh, so he's got one of those little things there.
I hadn't seen him after that. I saw him just prior to that. He was kind of, he got really, really thin.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. But Mike is, not exactly motivated.
He's not exactly Mr. Personable either.
No. But he's the only guy they've ever used. We're just trying to teach Mike business 101. It's like, dude, ask for a check. Why are you waiting a month to bill me and you tell me you're low on cash and this and that and this? I said, you know what you're doing when you come here. It wasn't a surprise.
Right.
You're moving 2 lifts from here to here. Have the bill made out and hand it to me before you drill a hole and say, here's your bill. Give me a check before I leave. And I'll say, okay. Then I'll hand you a check and you can go put it in your bank.
Yeah, Don's wife always, because she'd send me a bill, I'd just pay it off of that.
Yeah.
But, all right.
Yeah. I just did get his bill for the work he did for me a month ago.
Really?
And he's complaining he's cash flow.
You give him a bill up front and a statement in there.
Yeah. I'll cut you a check for your bill. I don't care. Pay you now, pay in a week. Doesn't make any difference to me. But he doesn't seem to have all the, because when Don was there, they had a big gooseneck, forklift, and they'd come out with their equipment and set it up, and they don't even have a trailer now.
Well, Don got a screaming deal on that freaking dually that he had.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a real scream. That was, because it was a 2016, and he went to some, I don't remember who he bought it from, but they had a 1-ton dually and they couldn't get rid of it. Everybody wanted it, or excuse me, it was a 3/4 ton. It wasn't a 1-ton. Everybody wanted the standard.
Standard bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so he got that Duramax long extended bed dually. I want to say he paid like $32,000 for it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he took off.
Be yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Let's go to Jake. Jake has a problem with an HOA. So what's going on, Jake?
Hello, Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
Okay, here's the rundown. I bought a condo back in July. We've got 118 units at the place. It's really nice, a lot of good folks. Anyway, we had one of the units, one of the other buildings. I didn't even know that this happened until 2 days after it happened, but there was a sewer backup. Long story short, the homeowner sued the HOA for $470,000.
Now, hold on a second. Hold on. This sewer backup was in another building?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the owner sued. What did he sue for?
He sued for mental and emotional duress.
No fooling. I've never. Are they actually taking this seriously?
Yes, they are. And Tom, there's more to it than what I can give you in a few short minutes.
No, man. This is what I call one of a kind. We have never had this before, where a resident is actually suing an HOA for emotional trauma. Go ahead.
Okay, and apparently, and I'm still working on getting all the information.
So how is this affecting you? Are they going to do an assessment?
They want to do an assessment of the $470,000.
Wait a minute. What's the 470? Is that what he's asking for?
That's what he sued for in this suit, $470,000. for the emotional and mental duress because they didn't get it cleaned up right away, like within a week, and clean out the sewers and get his place fixed back up. The sheetrock that was damaged from up above and some of the mold they found. So anyway, we go from there, and right after this incident happened, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember exactly the
Wait, so is the HOA just going to pay it? Is that why they want to do an assessment?
Well, the HOA is going to do that, but then they're going to assess each homeowner whatever this gentleman, even though it's $470,000, whether if he doesn't get it all, and there's still like, $400,000 of it that is going to be assessed to us through 118 homeowners.
So it's about $4,000 each, right? About $4,000 each.
Exactly. That's about what it's going to be. And I don't think it's fair, Tom, that they took and assessed it to us in.
Yeah, but you agree. Hold on, bro. Listen now. This is very important that you follow my direction here. I'm not giving you legal advice, but I'm giving you some logistics. You signed bylaws, and those bylaws will clearly spell out the liability of the board and the HOA. You are the HOA. You're saying if they took too long to do this or to do that. Now, my first question, is there a management company?
Yeah, there's a management company, and this is one of the kickers, Tom.
Is the management company being sued? Are they being named?
I guess the people that are the HOA, which is the PMI.
No. Listen, no. The HOA are the homeowners and a board.
Right.
They're not the management company. The HOA hires the management company in order to take care of stuff. If the management company is named in the lawsuit, they should have insurance and a wherewithal to help pay for this. That management company should not skate on this thing unless the management company says, hey, we would have fixed it immediately, but we couldn't get a response from the HOA. What I'm getting at, Jake, is there are two entities to blame. The HOA, which is the board of directors, not each and every owner, because not each and every owner knows about it. So you have a board. How many are on the board?
I believe we're coming up for re-election. But
how many?
Most recent was, I think, 6 or 7.
Okay, those 6 or 7 could have liability. Now, could they have personal liability? Unlikely. The bylaws probably exonerate them from personal liability. However, if the management company took on the management, they should have responsibility. And if they delayed in getting this fixed, which resulted in a lawsuit, there might be wording in the agreement with the HOA that they waive, that the HOA waives any rights against them. You really need to delve into this, but it's all to save $4,000, bro, because that's all you're going to save, personally. Now, here's what you do. You need to get copies, or you need to get the HOA fired up, or some other owners. You need to get copies of 2 things: the bylaws, which make you part of the HOA and spells out the responsibilities of the board members. And then you need a copy of the agreement, the contract the management company has with the HOA. And you need to see, there could be other payment options like errors and omissions insurance or liability insurance, either on the officers that the HOA pays for or the management company. But don't mistake the entities. They're 2 different things.
Let me throw something in here, Tom, that I didn't get a chance to say. And the management company that was handling this Less than 30 to 45 days after this judgment was made against this management company.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You just said a judgment. So it went to court and you guys lost.
No, wait a minute. I said that incorrectly, Tom. There isn't a judgment yet. It's getting ready to go to court. I mispronounced.
I'm
not really familiar with this, but
the management company quit, is what you're saying.
No, they sold it to another company.
They sold what?
The management company that we originally had for the last 7 years, they sold it, or this other management company came in and bought the ones that were under
Jake, it makes no sense. Management companies don't own anything to sell. They don't own the condo. They don't own it.
The law, Tom. That's why I'm talking to you and trying to get more information.
Jake,
but I do understand
the management company. The management company may have assigned or sold the contract to a new company. It doesn't get them out of liability. Did they dissolve the management company?
That's another question in itself.
Then here's what you need to do. You need to get the name of the old management company and go to the Secretary of State and find out if they're still in existence and who is the registered owner. Then you have to go to the new management company and see if they're taking responsibility. Listen, man, this is stuff that your president of the HOA should be doing.
Right. And I will continue to go forward on that. I've already talked to an attorney about it, and we're willing. There's a number of us.
Jake, you don't have a right to talk to an attorney. I mean, you do, but the HOA is the one that hires an attorney.
Okay.
What did you talk to an attorney about? Defending you against $4,000?
No, the attorney that they hired is going to get $30,000 to run this case to court. And the reason why I'm talking to you is I'm trying to get some of the stories that I need to know.
All right, Jake, let me give you some real information, because you have so much wrong information that just get a pen so you can take some quick notes. And this goes for anyone in an HOA.
I got a pen in hand.
All right, hold on. I'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. Let's talk about how to really handle this. WaterPros.net, the great water system. If you get a full house softening system under $2,000, that in itself is extraordinary. He'll throw in a whole house water filter for drinking. WaterPros.net.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Lots of little drama spots around the Denver Metro as we hit that noon hour. Starting into downtown, I-25 northbound, we've got a stalled dump truck in the Gore point of the on-ramp from Santa Fe. I-25 northbound traffic being affected. We're seeing slow traffic back from the Emerson Street overpass. Only about 3 minutes of slow driving. Heading to the east end of town, Chambers Road southbound at Crestline Drive, we've got an accident with slow traffic around the area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies today with a high of 47 degrees in the afternoon. Overnight low of 20. Tomorrow, mostly sunny again with a high of 49. The current temperature in Denver is 40 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
All right, I have a quiz for you. Where do you get the cheapest, best quality water heaters fully installed with new supply lines, gas flex line, and the old one taken out and hauled away? Where do you get the best deal ever? On Ream or A.O. Smith with 6-year warranties? Where do you get the best deal? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. 40-gallon heaters, $12.99. 50-gallon heaters, $13.99. You don't do better. 303-668-6844. 6844, europlumbingcolorado.net. Frank Duran, the real estate man. He'll give you a market analysis of your home right now with no obligation to list. That means if you're wondering what your house will sell for and you need an expert opinion, he'll give you that opinion based on 28 years in Denver. He'll tell you about the interest rates and how they play into it, the supply and demand, and your neighborhood and your particular kind of home. He's the only one uniquely qualified to do this. He sells more than any other broker, and he sells faster and for more money. Give him a call, 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Yep, it's really weird, but.
I still think it's weird to assess it before.
Well, they'd rather do that, have it, and they're allowed to do that.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. They sure are. You can assess for anything you want. They can assess for...
Well, I know they can do assessments, but it's usually for something that's concrete, like fixing a roof or painting or resodding or planting. But for something that hasn't been adjudicated...
Right, they can do it.
I find it hard to, I mean, I believe you.
First of all, it doesn't have to be even a charge. They can just do it to have money in the coffers. They can say, you know what, we anticipate we have to replace the pool. They have the power to do that. Then the people have to fight it. That's really, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true.
I believe you.
There doesn't have to be anything. In fact, the assessments are wide open. There have been assessments that are just ridiculous because people never voted for them. It's just ridiculous assessments.
Why do you think, like the pythons and all this stuff in Florida, why do they have to catch them? Why can't they just shoot them?
I think you can shoot them.
It's just for TV then, when they show them catching them?
Yeah. They're an invasive species. They want them out of there.
Yeah. I mean, you get close enough to them. So, oof,
yeah.
Kind of like hunting grouse.
Grouse will scare the shit out of you, too. You go step God bless it.
I think they're hysterical. You're out there and they're just like, you can't see me. Like, well, yeah, I can. Watch. That was always my favorite shit to eat when we were hunting.
Grouse?
Yeah. Carry this 22 long rifle just to clink their heads off. And, yeah. Blue grouse is weird. All black, dark meat. Really, really dark meat.
Fortunately for the Gunnison County grouse, now DOW can't put the wolves inside that area.
Oh, really?
It's protected.
Seriously?
So I think we need to go pick a few of them up and start putting them all around the state.
But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better.
I think hunting's keeping culling the elk and deer just fine. We don't need wolves. I don't understand. Because they're going to feed on cattle.
And people fell for that whole bullshit thing about introducing them to Yellowstone and improve the ecosystem. You people are fucking morons.
Yeah, because they're feeding on cattle more than they're feeding on elk and deer.
Well, around here they will be, but yeah, I mean they've really decimated the elk population up in Yellowstone.
The bicycles, the toy fire trucks. Instead of giving gifts that kids
There's all these damn bunny huggers. It is the people from Boulder and from Colorado Springs and from Denver who aren't going to have to live with the fucking wolves who ended up voting the things in.
None of my brothers do.
You practice
Connecticut.
Practice 3 S's. Shoot, shovel, and shut up.
App Store or Google Play. See terms and conditions at unest.co. That's UNEST.co.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. So, I want to go to, where did he go? I just said, okay, Jake, go do everything wrong, bro. I was just going to tell you exactly what to do to get out of this mess, but apparently he didn't want to know. I said, get a pen, and I'll be right there for you. Because everything he is doing, and I mean everything, is wrong. Consulting with an attorney, talking about the assessment, talking about the whole thing. There's a lawsuit now pending against the previous management company in the HOA. I know it is. They would never not sue the previous management company. Now, maybe the previous management company sold the contract along with the obligation, maybe not. But there are so many things this guy needs to check into, like errors in emissions insurance and all of that. Plus, he needs to talk about assessment coverage he might have. But he's gone, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let me just get right to people who had the patience to wait. Deanne, go ahead. What's going on with you, Deanne?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a customer of Vivint. I bought a system back in May. Ever since I bought it, it's never worked.
Deanne, you're one of many customers who can't stand Vivint.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
How long have you had it? Yeah, Vivint
May.
sucks. You own a Vivint since when?
Since May.
Okay. And no one comes out to fix it?
Well, it's more than that. They've mischarged me. I've had a hard time just fixing the billing.
Okay. How much was the system? How much was the system?
About $3,000.
$3,000. Okay. And how much a month?
Well, it's about $150 a month.
What? Wait. If you paid $3,000 for the system, what's $150 for?
Oh, it's for servicing and for the equipment cost per month.
Well, wait. Then what's the $3,000 for?
The $3,000 is the total cost of the equipment, but I can pay it over time. I have 60 months.
Okay, so hold on. So you didn't really pay anything up front.
No, not a lot. I think it was like, I don't know, $100 or something.
Okay,
to get the system
so you're
installed.
paying how much a month then for monitoring and equipment?
About $150.
Okay, so now what's the problem?
The problem is the system doesn't work. From the initial install, the guy put in almost all the equipment that he put in, I've had to have replaced. And they're giving me a hard time about the doorbell cam, but it's not working either. I've had to replace an outdoor patio cam.
Do they give you service?
No. And then because I've called to complain, now they won't give me service. And
wait, they told you, Deanna, no service for you.
Well, what they do is they send it to an area service manager named Andrew, and Andrew will not approve any service things. The
Why?
technicians believe that because he says I've had too many calls in.
Is it possible, Deanne, that you don't know the system and it's more operator error or not?
No. Like, for example, it has a continuous recording, is a Gen 2 camera. There's continuous recording on this particular camera. I saw someone in my car, a light in my car that was a small light, so it wasn't the car light. And the middle of the night, I went to go rewind the video. The video clip disappeared and was not available for rewind. And you can see there's like a line of the recording when you try to play back, and that playback portion is cut. There's a blank in the middle of that line.
Well, what do you think happened? What do you think happened?
I think there's some tampering of the system. They say that there isn't, but I don't see how there could be.
You know, Dan, I don't think there is. You think someone actually went in and deleted one part of the video?
Well, it happens all the time, though. Like, when there's something weird,
Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think they deleted and why.
I don't know why they would. I don't know I don't think it's they that deleted. I think someone's has the ability to hack into their system.
I don't think so.
I do. They have Mac.
That's why they're not, Deanna. Deanna. That's why they're not servicing you. They don't know what to do for you. Because you're imagining someone is tampering with it and hacking, but you don't know why. Tell me what reason and what motive would someone have to hack into Deanne's security system and delete one clip of video? Huh?
My ex-husband. I've had many security systems. I have problems with every security system, and they're all technical
I
problems.
can't help you, dear. I can't help you. If your ex-husband is technically savvy and hacking in, I personally, now, what would your ex want to do? Now, tell me why he deleted that one video. Why? Why did he do that?
No, I think that someone was in my car, and I don't know what to say about this.
Deanne, I want to help you, but here's what it sounds like. Deanne, you want to know the truth? It sounds a little nutty that someone was in your car. What were they doing in your car? Let's use some logic. What was someone doing in your car? Did they want money or electronics?
I have had a lot of problems with my car.
What do they want? What are they doing this for? What's the reason?
Resell parts. My car is one of the highest reselling parts.
So what did they steal? What have they stolen?
Honestly, I don't know if they stole anything, but I've had weird things that happen with my car.
And you think the weird things, so you think the people that were in your car doing weird things are also the ones who deleted the video so you could not see who it was?
I don't know who did it. I honestly don't know. If I knew, I would fix it.
Deanne, that's why they're not coming to you.
No,
I'm telling you. I'm telling you the truth. They're not coming to you because they can't fix it. No one's hacking into your system, therefore they can't. See, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Someone's doing weird things to your car and then hacking into your security system. Are there any other areas that they're getting into your life? Any other areas that? Just let me know all of them.
My house.
What are they doing in your house?
They're taking things, and the things that are being taken are strange things.
Deanne, put Deanne on hold. Deanne, thank you for calling, dear. I can't help you. Okay, I can't. Now, listen, people, you don't like this. I've been doing this 40 years. Deanne has a certain mental illness, and people imagine things are happening to them, okay? It falls in the same categories I've had dozens and dozens of times. Deanne, faithful are the words of a friend. I'm your friend, and I'm telling you, you have a mental problem, okay? You didn't call to hear that, but that's my opinion, okay? That is why people aren't dealing with you. You're imagining people hacking into your car, hacking into your security system, coming into your home. When all of these things happen without a logical reason, that is when people sound nutty. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm right most of the time, okay? Because unless there was a reason, like they literally hacked into your bank account and took money, or stole something out of your car. But I'm sorry, dear. I'm really sorry. I can't help you. And you know what? I think I do more of a service just saying that up front. I don't want to make fun of people. I don't want to make a big deal about it. But I can't do it. It's just not fair. More coming up. Yeah, I knew it. I could. Yeah, Doc, what is it? What is it about mental illness? They all have the same fucking thing. What is it?
They take small, strange little things.
Don't even notice.
Pretty sure my cat's stealing all my ideas.
What, guys?
You don't want to take that bet, huh?
The movie Walk the Line explored the life of Johnny Cash, but it wasn't the full story. To hear more about the Men in Black, be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeart Radio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It just is too sad when this happens. Do I sound mean when I do that? I bet you I do.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes the truth hurts.
I can't believe what people are paying for Christmas trees. $250 for.
I have no idea what a Christmas tree should be worth.
Yeah.
We just go cut one down.
If you need one, yeah.
Been doing that for 22 years. I had a sheriff steal one from me, though.
No shit.
Fuck yeah. Insisted I wasn't allowed to have it. Took it out of the back of my truck. I know that some bitch took it home.
It's a buddy of
You
mine.
know, at first you get suckered
lives up
into
in
them
Oregon
because
years ago. Was up there visiting and this and that. Took
There's-
me to
you don't know what to
the
do.
farms he worked on. It's amazing.
Well, in this
You know,
case, you
out
let her tell a
in
story
nowhere.
until she
And
says
it was like a
something
4-mile hike to get back
that makes
there.
it either believable or unbelievable.
One
Which is
guy
what you
camps
did.
out there for the summer, you know, for irrigation reasons or this or that or whatever. And a bunch of guys from somewhere in Spain, they kind of travel around the area. They trim them, and they look like Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's freaking amazing. They get $1 a tree for trimming them.
So you got to move.
They move, yeah. Then they wrap the whole thing up and a helicopter picks it up. And that part I didn't see. Now they're calling to comment on the call. Calling to comment on the last call.
It's probably the person that's
Yes.
putting stuff out of her house.
His laptop was dropped off. Joins us John Paul Mac Isaac. It's quite a story. That plus Dr. Jesse Lopez and much more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303 713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you any way we can. And please, people, don't be upset with me, but I had to tell her. We have she hung up. Well, out of curiosity, Kelly, what did that woman want to say about that call? Did she say I was handling it wrong?
Yes. She actually was married to a very abusive man who
Okay, and
did a lot
he
of
spied on her too, right?
correct and did a lot of unsavory things. So she just wanted to let you know that maybe you could have handled it a little bit more sensitive.
I don't think the man is hacking into her security system and deleting footage of video of people in her car, plus moving things around and taking things from her house. I'm sorry. Listen, there are abusive men, of course, and abusive women, of course, and they do things, but this is way too much trouble for nothing. What are they accomplishing? Okay? People, I'm telling you, I could write a book on paranoia and the common traits that they have exhibited over 40 years. I can pick them out. Why does everyone start believing, first and foremost, that electronics are being used somehow to surveil them and that their stuff is being hacked into or changed? Implantation sometimes comes along with that in the brain or in the body. And then stealing or visiting their home without telling them or moving things around. I could write a freaking book, and anyone who listens to my show for any period of time knows this. That's it. And, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But let's put it this way. I can't help her. Bree, what's happening with Gardens on Paris? Is that the name of your apartment complex, Bree?
Yep. It was somewhere that I lived in 2019.
Oh, you lived in this. Did you rent or own?
I rented it.
You rented a condo in 2019, and what happened?
So the apartment was like infested in bed bugs. I never had heat. Like I had to go to 7 News to even get heat in my apartment.
Ooh.
And they said that there was nothing they could do as far as the bed bugs because they were coming up my drains. They were in my
So
freezer.
they were disgusting. You're saying not only bed bugs, but no heat as well.
Yeah. And so they said when I was moving out, I let them know, like, hey, it's illegal for me to move bed bug infested items to the trash. Like, I've done as much cleaning as I can. I've taken out as much, like, I can't take anything else out. They were in my TV and everywhere. They told me not to worry
Okay, are they
it.
coming after you right now?
Yep, they're coming. They kept my entire deposit, and now they're
All right,
coming after me.
you hang on, and we'll come back to you.
Hi, it's Marty Lenz for my friend Gay Ribble with Empower Home Team Keller Williams Realty. If you're selling your home, you must include Gay Ribble of
Nope.
Yeah.
There's a dealer I used to do some.
Garden on Paris.
He was all pissed because his mother-in-law is moving in. You know, he hates her. They hate each other. They just, back and forth. So he went to the flea market and bought her a bedroom set.
Nope.
It had bed bugs in it. Cost him $5,000.
I'm going to bring some new shit in.
Out of his house. But he didn't want to spend any money on a bedroom set for his mother-in-law. Served him right. What's your website?
It's definitely not that.
Like, that's kind of a tricky one to remember.
Well, even then, even if she was trying to do Denver Trans, that's wrong because that actually goes to another shop. It's Transmissions Denver.
Ah.
It got warmer, right?
Arizona Senator Kirsten Sinema is switching political parties from Democrat to Independent. WNBA star Brittany Griner is back in the U.S. after her release from a Russian prison. Griner is receiving physical care at a military base in Texas, where she is reunited with her family. This is ABC News. The West Coast is bracing for a powerful winter storm next week.
It's badly needed here, so you don't hear a lot of complaining, but this storm is huge. It will stretch from Seattle all the way to San Diego. Strong rain and snow. It's being pushed deeper into the U.S. by the jet stream. Snow could be measured in feet in the Sierra Nevada over the weekend. Heavy rain in places like the Bay Area and L.A. And then as it moves across the U.S. next week, it could bring blizzard conditions to areas. Alex Scone, ABC News.
After near record highs earlier this year, gas prices have continued to plummet in the past several months. Now leveling out across much of the country, ABC's Trevor Ault reports.
The national average this morning, $3.31 a gallon. That's down about 50 cents from just 1 month ago. And in fact, if we zoom out just a little bit, I mean, AAA, according to AAA, we know that a dozen states are counting. It is below $3 a gallon, and it could keep falling from here.
Here's the Bolton, ABC News.
Every day, I bet your floors have shoe grime and pet grime and invisible grime.
Invisible grime?
Yep, the kind of grime that you only notice when you look at your socks. So get Swiffer Sweeper Wet, the cleaning power of a mop with the convenience of a wipe. Sweeper Heavy Duty Wet Pads come prepped with a cleaning solution that traps and locks dirt and grime just inside the pad. Even dirt and grime you can't see. For the clean floor you want, anytime you want. Swiffer Sweeper Heavy Duty Wet Pads.
Oh, your phone was ringing. I'm sorry. I just saw it. Mm-hmm. It goes in with the cans.
Northbound I-25 looking at speeds in the 40s and 50s between Alameda and Colfax.
One-day treatment, life-changing results. Before and after pictures at advancedcare.com.
It's Leland Conway.
This is Super Shoe producer Ryan Schuling. From the topical to the irreverent, the serious to the sublime, where libertarians and conservatives meet. Join us weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. right here on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Jeff Thick is with us from Kimmer Transmission for Car Day. DenverTrans.com. And that stands for transmissions. You could really sell that name right now to a club or something, Jeff. Kimmer Transmission, 303-693-1400. DenverTrans.com.
Actually, that's actually incorrect. It's transmissionsdenver.com.
That's what I thought. Why does it say Denver Trans? I never remembered that. Thank you for telling me. Transmissionsdenver.com. Kelly, where did you get that website? I'm just curious if we have it listed wrong somewhere. Anyway.
I got it off of our print sheet for the show today, so I will change it.
Okay, thanks.
And I'll check it on referral list.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was listed right on referral list. Thank
Yeah.
you. SheridanAutotech.com, Kevin Calkin. And the biggest challenges nowadays, guys, I don't think the supply chain is as bad as it was. So for normal maintenance and repairs, things are fine, right? Normal maintenance and repairs?
Much better.
Okay. Are people, Deputy Doc says, we're not getting as many calls about botched repairs and bad service as we used to. Is that because fewer people are getting cars fixed or what? What's the reason for that?
Oh, if anything, people are fixing older cars that they really shouldn't be fixing.
Yeah, we're doing a lot more repairs.
But
so
I know
people are
several
hanging on
places-
to cars.
Oh, definitely hanging on to cars. I mean, just here last month, and it was one of your listeners, we worked on a 97 Ford Probe. I didn't know there were any still on the road.
How many miles on it?
He was sitting around, I want to say he was somewhere around 180.
At what point do you give up the ghost, or if it's still running, you do it?
There are times where I'll tell a customer, it's not worth the repair. And they'll try to talk me into it, and it's like, look, I'm not going to take your money for this car.
Well, that's good because, but people holding on to cars, I can see why in some cases. Now, let's go to the phones and talk to William about finding a new car. Oh, no, I got to finish with Bree. Hold on. I'm sorry, I just saw Bree. Bree, so basically, I want to know something. You said you rented a place back in 19, and it was infested with bed bugs and no heat. Now, Bree, did you leave that place in 2019 because of these problems?
No, so I finished out my lease because I didn't have the money to go anywhere else, but I ended up leaving my lease a month early. I moved out a month early, but I still paid my last month's rent.
Well, then you shouldn't. Okay, so you left a month early but paid the rent. So you really fulfilled the lease.
Yes, so they're saying that it was for cleaning.
Okay, but
And
did
so
you
they
have a
kept my $900
hold on? Did you have a deposit with them?
Yes,
When did you move out? In 20? When did you move out?
March
Of this year?
of 20.
In March of 20. Okay. March of 20. But then you paid for that month. And they came after you when? Did they keep your deposit?
Yeah, so they kept the deposit, and then they sent me to collections.
How much was the deposit they kept?
$899.
Okay, they kept $899 deposit, and then they wanted more. How much more did they want?
$277.
Okay, and you don't think that's fair?
No.
But if the receipt, now when did they let you know about this 277? They should have let you know at the end of March. If your lease went to the end of March 2020, they should have let you know about that by the end of May 2020. Did they?
I don't recall having anything coming into the mail, and I even gave them my forwarding address.
Is this the first time you're hearing about it?
Yes.
Wait a minute. A year later, they're saying to you, by the way, how did you know they were keeping your deposit back then? Did they write you a letter about that?
No, they just kept the deposit.
They never let you know. See, they're supposed to write to you and let you know why they're keeping your deposit. They never did that.
No, and so I tried reaching out to them, and I believe it was later on in 2020.
Yeah.
And let them know, like, hey, I never got my deposit, and I was like, it was infested with bed bugs. They said, send me like the proof of the images. I sent them over, and then I've never heard anything back. I let it go, even though that's $900. I just let it go until they sent me the collections for $277.
Now,
and they
when did they send you the collection for $277?
I received it last week.
This doesn't make sense. They're not following the law, and I don't think they can collect. And in fact, I think you can go back and get your $899.
Yes.
Here's why. According to state law, I want you to listen carefully, they were to let you know 30 days after the lease, or it couldn't be extended to 60. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say they had 60 days to let you know if they're keeping your deposit or not. They have 60 days. That's what the law says. And if they don't return it in 60 days, then you make a demand for the deposit. And if they don't return it then, you get triple the amount. Now, these people don't get to write their own rules. Okay? Even if they did have to clean, if they did not notify you properly, and you said you left them a forwarding address.
Correct.
So they just kept your deposit without telling you. Did they get into the apartment early because you left?
I do not believe so, no.
Good. So for all intents and purposes, you fulfilled your whole lease. You stayed right to the end of the lease as far as payment goes.
Correct.
So then they should have inspected the apartment. Did you leave any stuff behind?
Yes, there was a TV, because the TV was infested with bed bugs, and then there was a box spring and a mattress because those were both infested with bed bugs.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you something. They're going to get you on that, but they still had to let you know, and they never did. So technically, maybe they could have charged you something for removing that stuff. Did you clean the place?
As much as I could, but when there was bed bugs in the freezer, so even as much cleaning as I could do, there were still them everywhere.
And you have evidence of that?
I have pictures of all of it from the time we started getting them until I moved out.
And you said you went to Channel 7?
I went to Channel 7 when I had no heat.
Oh, okay. Do you have a video of that?
I do not.
Okay. So you have some evidence, though, that you had problems. You have photographs or pics. Now, let's see this. Let's see. I want to give this to Deputy Smarty Pants and have him contact them, because I want Smarty Pants to let them know that they were not allowed to keep your deposit without writing you a letter of explanation. That's really hard and fast. So if I were you, Bree, this is what I would do. I would write to them and say, not only do I not owe you the $277, but I demand my entire deposit back within 5 days, because under state law, you were required to let me know you were keeping the deposit or return the deposit within 60 days, and you never did it. That's what I would do. And then I would also then let Deputy Smarty Pants work on this. But, man, you should not these guys did it all wrong. Now, I'm taking you at your word that they never notified you. You're right.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Okay. And you would have seen the mail if it came to you.
Yeah.
Okay. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So gutterhelmetdenver.com to help you with your gutters. Keep them clean forever, guaranteed for life. And I want to mention something. Denver Regenerative Medicine is real stem cell therapy. Somebody asked me if they do PRP. They do PRP, but they also do real stem cell. So let me tell you why they do PRP. Because people sometimes only need PRP. But what you get to do is talk to a stem cell doc, 833-STEM-GEN, 833-STEM-GEN. Ask them about their regenerative medicine, real stem cell therapy. You can also ask about PRP. They're online at denverregen.com.
Give the gift of Broncos Bunch this holiday season. Register the young fan in your life into the official kids club of the Denver Broncos. Membership comes with a welcome pack, including exclusive kids club items, Broncos magazine for kids, access to youth events throughout the year, and much more. Broncos Bunch is the perfect gift for fans 12 and under. Register your kid today by visiting broncosbunch.com.
The best deal in water heaters, bar none. The best deal. You write it down and hold me to it. Euro Plumbing, yes, EuroplumbingColorado.net. Now, I'm going to tell you that Bulgarian immigrant, Dimitar Kostarev, he started this company in 2008. And he said, I wanted to give the best deals. So 40-gallon water heaters, $12.99. 50-gallon water heaters, $13.99. That's it. It includes everything. Delivery, tear out and haul away of the old one, plus new water supply lines, a new gas flex line, and 50 gallons, just $13.99. Think about that. And we're talking Rheem or A.O. Smith. We're talking 6-year warranties. EuroplumbingColorado.net. 303-668-6844. 668-6844. Don't miss out on this great deal. Now, I want to tell you that Paragon Services is a public adjuster working for you when you have an insurance claim at your home or business. Don't trust your insurance company to make the right deal. Why don't you run it by Matt free of charge, and he'll let you know if he thinks they're undercutting you, or if he can get you more money. And guess what? He only charges a percentage of the extra money. Paragon Services. Look for him at referralist.com or call 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
On our referral list, when you click on your visit website from the referral list, it goes to cameratrans.com. So they all go.
No, DenverTransmissions.com is for sale.
Really?
Yeah. $1,600. I wonder if they ever get close to their ask on those.
I got so lucky with the place I rented.
Yeah.
Pops right to it.
Anything that goes wrong with it.
Can I talk?
You can talk to Tom. I don't know if they're listening.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hey, I'm going to give Bree to Smarty Marty unless you wanted to talk to her more.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
gender fluid person that's a nuclear official, for Biden. He's been caught stealing luggage now twice in airports.
Stealing luggage?
Designer bags. He can't, apparently he can't resist.
Oh.
But he's I don't know, some nuclear official with the Biden administration.
Great.
Deputy Assistant Secretary for Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition.
Don't you think something like kleptomaniac would have come up during the vetting process?
You would imagine. You just got a thing for fancy luggage. What can I say? Just
people and their fetishes.
Everybody's got something. You know what shocked me? They were talking about electric Hummers. You know what they weigh?
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. All right. David, what is going on with your 2012 Honda Pilot?
Well, I'm driving. It's my son's car, but he goes through about a quart of oil every 250 miles. There's no leaks, and I'm just wondering where that oil's going.
Where is there smoke coming out the back?
No.
How many quarts did you say?
He said a quart every 250.
That's like 2 quarts every 500. So every 1,000, that's
a lot
4 quarts every 1,000 miles.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, if there's nothing on the ground,
and it's not smoking.
It's got to be one or the other.
It might be.
Yeah.
It's going somewhere.
That's what I thought, but it doesn't drip. There's no drips on the ground, and it's not smoking. But he uses a lot of oil.
Wait a minute. Is oil seeping into the coolant, or no? It would show up there, wouldn't it? My God.
Yeah, it would. It's one or the other.
It's usually the other way around, right? The coolant goes into the oil.
Correct.
Is that because of why is that?
A head gasket will do that, but yeah, if it's not making it to the ground, it's got to be coming out the tailpipe because there's nowhere for it to go and store.
Come on, man. You don't see any smoke at all.
I would check the tailpipe for residue and stuff. There's got to be oil there somewhere.
Now, is that car too old to pull a code?
No, it's got a OBD.
But would it show excessive oil consumption?
No, that's not a legitimate code. But it would start showing CAT codes and oxygen sensor codes from, contamination and stuff from the oil.
Could you, if you took a look at it, Kevin, how long would it take you to figure it out?
Oh, an hour or less.
David, how many miles did you say on this?
I think he's got about 190,000.
Oh, bro, it's going right. It's going through those rings. It's
got to be.
It's absolutely, with that many miles, it's being burned.
Wouldn't it be smoking like crazy out the tailpipe then if it's burning?
If it went through, hold on, if it went through a gallon, 1,000 miles, isn't 4 quarts in a gallon?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
A gallon of oil in are you sure you're not exaggerating a little, David?
Nah, I asked my son. He says I got to check it every day. He's got a fresh gallon of oil in his car, and he says about every 250 miles he puts a quart in.
Then he's going to have it checked. Look, it's not going to cost a lot for them to take. In fact, Kevin will take a real cursory look at it free.
Yeah, we won't.
But just to see his gut. I mean, you put stuff under that car to see if it was dripping.
Yep.
And there's not a drop of oil.
Well, a gallon's a big drop. I mean, there'd be a lot of oil there.
A gallon in 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
And now we're assuming it's even. So, and a gallon is how many ounces is a gallon?
128.
128. Aren't you smart? Okay. So 128, and it's 1,000 miles. So if you divide that up, I think I'm doing this right. It's going to be about, that's only a 0.128 per gallon, right? I mean per mile. I don't know. How many miles a day? If he drives 10 miles, it's going to be an ounce. Is an ounce of oil a lot?
Yeah, any consumption of oil.
So it's not dripping. Let's concede it's not dripping. So here's what it's doing. It's being burned up. So if you were burning for every mile, you're burning so much oil. I mean, you see it immediately, don't you, Kev?
You would, yeah, with that volume of oil.
But
yes.
why is he not seeing it?
I can't answer that, but it's one of two things. It's burning it or leaking. There's no other place for it to go.
Yeah.
So we can, like you said, we'll do a courtesy check for him. Take a look.
How many miles a day does he drive?
Well, yeah, he was using it quite a bit on the road. Now he's not using it hardly at all.
What do you mean? Oh, using the car?
Well, yeah, he's up in Dillon. He's got a garbage business up there, so he's basically driving his garbage trucks. But this is kind of a personal car that him and his wife use, so they got two Honda Pilots.
Does it always smoke when you burn oil, guys?
Yes.
Listen, man, you got to have this thing. All we can say is it's coming out of one place or the other, and they'd be happy to, or Kevin would be happy to look at it. I mean, this can't be that hard to look and figure this out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. William, what's going on with you, William?
Well, I have a sad story. I've lost my mechanic.
What do you mean?
My mechanic has disappeared.
Who is your mechanic?
It's called Sheridan Auto Tech.
Oh, you mean the Aurora office?
Yes. So now I need a new mechanic in East Denver.
And do you use a mechanic that often where you don't want to make a little drive?
Well, that's quite a while. With the traffic,
Yeah,
I did
you're
it
right.
again today. I went out to Lakewood, and it takes me a half hour to get there, half hour to get back.
That's too bad. Hold on, we'll talk about it. Now, by the way, for those who didn't know, the lease was not renewed out there. So, Kevin, have a number of clients still been coming out to Lakewood?
Oh, yeah. Some make the trip. Some, if I get Williams' info, we can give him a referral as well.
All right, hold on. We got more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
We're seeing some slow spots out there. Southbound I-25 seeing volume from I-76 into downtown. Northbound are struggling with an earlier disabled truck at Santa Fe and has been cleared. Still slow from Emerson and heavy from Alameda to about I-70. We've got volume westbound I-270 across Commerce City and southbound Pena sluggish from 56 down to I-70. An accident as well northbound Parker at Main Street. Stop and go from Hilltop. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny, mid to upper 40s today and mostly clear tonight, down to about 20. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high near 50 and sunny on Sunday. We'll get to about 60 for the high. Right now, it is 52 with your impact traffic and weather. Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
The movie Walk the Line explored the life of Johnny Cash, but it wasn't the full story. To hear more about the Man in Black, be sure to catch this week's edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, earlier when we had a question about an annuity and a person who had a check cash without their responsibility or without their permission and all of that, we got help from Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. You see, they know all about keeping your retirement safe. They're sponsors of this show for a reason, because I go to them. And they really will take care of their clients. And I urge you, if you have any elements, don't leave it to the people that sold you these things. Or don't, if you have a 401k, an IRA, or money in the bank, and you just need to plan for retirement, get someone who can coordinate all of this for you. Very low fees and high savings. They'll show you what they can do for you before you even hire them. And then they're totally transparent on where their charges are. What you need to do is call them. It's well worth it for me. I am so happy that I use them. You should too. The earlier, the better. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. You know, they even volunteered to help this guy out off the air to find out what happened to that check, even though they had nothing to do with this annuity. That's what stand-up people they are. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211.
I like it better than Stanidine.
That helicopter made my windows way.
They're coming after you.
I've had the sun hit me through there before. It must be different in the changing.
Things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthy. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Kapla Show, afternoons 4 to 6.
Friday at 4, big new study confirming that pot use by teens has exploded since the legalization of marijuana. Pot use by drivers surging as well. Is it time to repeal Amendment 64? Join me at 4.
Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. So, Jim has a theory on where that oil's going, I think. Is that what he said? This guy says it's using a gallon in 1,000 miles and not a drop on the floor and no smoke. By the way, Jeff and Kevin, Kimmer Transmission, Sheridan Autotech, someone said the CAT converter's purpose is to take the particulates out of the air, so wouldn't that clean up the exhaust?
That's actually to reburn the hydrocarbons to clean it up. It doesn't take the particulate out. That is different in diesel pickups. That is actually designed.
No, but what I'm asking is, would that clean up the smoke?
No.
Okay. Jim, what's your theory? Jim? I guess he was there. Jim, do you have a theory? Okay, let's just go to William. Sorry, Jim. You missed the boat, or someone did. William, you were going to Sheridan Autotech in Aurora on Havana, right?
Yep, for years.
And now they closed because their lease was not renewed. Kevin, do you ever think you're going to get a second location again?
Yeah, no, we're constantly looking. In fact, this kind of came up on us faster than it needed to. You know, we were, I thought, negotiating in good faith, and apparently I was the only one. So, yeah. No, it's very unfortunate that it had to close, but we were there 10 years. Very good 10 years. Good customers, good area.
Wow.
Yeah. And
so, William, here's the deal. If you contact him, he's got some referrals. You know, we have people, let's see, do we have people out in that area, Kevin, at all? I don't know.
No, we were one of the few out there, yeah.
Do you know anybody out there, Kev?
I got to get specific. Right off the top of my head, I don't. It's something I'd have to look up.
Okay.
But my guys from Aurora, I'll talk to them. I'll get William a phone number or two.
So, William, we'll get your number, and Kevin will be in touch with you. Yeah, that is kind of trek. That is quite a trek from Lakewood to Aurora. You had two really good locations, Kevin, in that you had two different customer bases.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, no, it worked very well. It's unfortunate, like I said, but, the climate today, the business, it's a little unique. It's a little different.
Okay, yeah, it is. And anyway, once you get a repair shop and you love them, though, it's really hard to switch. It really is. It's kind of, I don't know, you just get used to people. And Kevin, you get to know the cars.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a trust factor that's it's hard for us to get. Yes. Yeah, starting over is brutal.
Now, by the way, with new cars, and doing the warranty work, what I found is, I'm telling you the truth when I tell you this, I was so bummed out at the fall of Westminster Mercedes. And the whole thing went to hell. I don't know what happened, but it's amazing when things start changing, you can feel it. You can feel it, management or something. I don't know if you guys ever went to a shop or went to a place and you know something changed. Even at a restaurant, if there's a different chef or something. And consistency is absolutely, positively the best thing you can do in business, because people get used to things. And, man, when you change something, it can really, really be disconcerting to customers.
Even little things, they pop right away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I love when a company is consistent, and I've been going there. So I found a set of dealers that I'm going to tell you something. You know, obviously, my choice is to go to independent mechanics. But when the car's under warranty and you have to get it serviced, you know, dealers are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you do. You don't have to go for everything, but you do have to go for certain things. And the Sonic people, have you heard of them, Jeff, Kevin? The Sonic dealership?
I'm not sure which specific ones, but I've definitely heard of the Sonic Group, yeah.
Man, do they do a good job. They really do a good job. And I've been getting this from a lot of different people. That somehow someone went in there and they have a uniform policy. I mean, not in clothing, although they do wear uniforms. I mean, but the way they act and their system and their processes, from Mercedes to BMW to whatever else, they just seem to have this consistent quality and courtesy and value. It's just weird, but because a lot of dealers have lost that. They really have. They've gone to hell. And I'm thinking now opposite of what I used to think. And that is that the bigger the dealership group sometimes, the better they are. I'm talking about dealers now, not independent. I would always go to an independent mechanic when I have the choice. But I'm talking about, in general, dealership groups. Okay, Jim is back with that theory. So, Jim, you have a theory on that Honda. That Honda, a gallon in 1,000 miles. Holy crap.
Well, I had a problem a couple of years back with an old Ford I had. It drove me nuts. It was going through oil just like that. And I looked and I looked and I couldn't find a leak. It wasn't burning it. What was happening is one day it was running and I looked under it and it was spewing out the oil filter. The oil filter had a pinhole in it.
But you'd find it, right?
Well, if it was running. If it wasn't running, you couldn't.
So you're telling me it did not leak when it was not running?
Correct. And then one day I looked under there, and sure enough, it was a little stream coming out the bottom, because the oil filter was mounted on the bottom of the vehicle. So at some point in time, I hit the pavement with it, a bump or something, and put a little hole in it, and that drove me nuts. But I finally saw that, and I go, oh, my God, looked up under there, and sure enough, there's a little hole.
So what, Kev, is he saying, or Jeff, the pressure builds up when you start the car and you're moving?
Exactly. And where that filter is, it's not spraying on anything, so there's no residual to drip. Yeah.
Right.
So it would spray on the road as he drives.
As he drove, sure.
That's right.
How do you find something like that? I mean, I
you
assume
start
this guy.
it up. You start the car up and put it up in the air and take a look.
I wonder if he ever looked at it while it was running.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I tell him to look at it while it's running. That's right.
Jim, did you have a Honda?
No, it was a Ford truck. Old Ford 94 Ford truck.
So where is the filter on that Pilot?
I believe it's toward the front on the passenger side. Yeah.
Typically towards the front. Yeah.
So would it spray toward the road?
It would depend on where the hole is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
But
of course.
Ultimately, what results down to is what we were saying before. It's either leaking or burning.
Right, and that would be considered a leak. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I don't know, like I said, it has to be one or the two. Now, why is it that coolant goes into the oil, but does oil also go back into the coolant?
Yes, it can go both ways.
It can.
Yeah, it just depends on which pressure and which one's relieving pressure. So as the cooling system pressurizes, it'll push out, and as it cools down, it will suck in.
And that's always the head gasket.
Typically, it could be the intake manifold gasket as well.
I got a weird text. I don't even know if this happens, guys, but they want to know, how do you unclog oil ports? Well, our they don't even get clogged, do they, guys, from age?
Sludge does.
And a lack of maintenance.
Lack of maintenance, exactly.
So that would keep your car from being properly lubricated.
Yes.
Do BG products fix that?
Yeah, the engine restore might do something to help that a bit, but you probably have to run it a couple of times if it's that bad sludged.
What does engine restore actually do?
Well, you put it in a crankcase and you heat it up, and then you run it for about 10 minutes at a high idle, and it actually starts to break down the sludge. It's primarily made for things like the rings on the pistons and whatnot, so to keep them properly expanding. And then once you've run it for a while, it breaks all that up, it lands inside the bottom of the sump, and you just drain it out with the oil.
Okay, we have more coming up. I'm Tom Martino. We have time for a few more calls. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Mark Moss Show podcast.
Still seeing some volume, but no huge issues. Southbound I-25, we're seeing slow speeds from I-76 into downtown. Northbound are struggling from Mississippi to about I-70. Southbound Pena leaving the airport, sluggish from Tower down to I-70. And a crash out there as well, eastbound I-70 at El Rancho in Jefferson County. You can expect delays on that stretch right now. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny. We'll get to the mid to upper 40s for the high today. Mostly clear tonight and down to about 20. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and a high near 50. Sunday, sunny. We'll be hanging out near 60 for the high on Sunday. Right now, it's 53. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Your favorite tech company, the one almost everyone uses, appears to hate free speech, and I'm rethinking using their products. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, I think it goes without saying, I'm never encouraging drinking and driving. When I talk about criminal defense, I should call it basically just legal representation. If you're caught with a DUI or any other crime, you need an attorney to get through the system, whether you're guilty, innocent, or did something stupid, falsely accused, whatever it is. Joseph Lazaro will talk to you free of charge initially, and then flat rate pricing after that, meaning you get a flat rate, he doesn't nickel and dime you. Don't ever try to do anything like this alone, please. Lazaro Legal, that's Joseph Lazaro. You can find him at referralist.com. His number is 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200.
You gonna be here or studio Monday? No.
I'm going to look and I'll let you know. Let me see if I have.
I mean, you can always just get through the weekend.
How many millions you think changed hands so Qatar could do this little charade over there?
I don't know, FIFA's so fucking corrupt anyway. But then, I mean, and they knew Budweiser was a primary sponsor, and then they turned around and banned beer sales.
Yeah, it's
2 days before the event.
2 days before the event, exactly.
And Mbappe, when he got player of the day or player of the game or whatever, he turned it. He couldn't read the Budweiser.
Oh, that's at home there.
It's just some of the stats they're finding out about how many people actually did die in the construction of all the infrastructure.
I didn't hear about it.
500 and some odd people.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Heat exhaustion, I mean, numerous, you know.
Heat exhaustion is no joke.
Especially back there. My brother was in Abu Dhabi for 6 months or something. And that's what he said, you just have no idea what hot is until you go back there.
Oh, God. I don't want to say it. I got to go.
That's who beat up the U.S., isn't it?
No.
Netherlands won a 4-1 or something?
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Biden's laptop was dropped off. Joins us John Paul Mac Isaac. It's quite a story. That plus Dr. Jesse Lopez and much more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Peter had a similar issue with a Honda, or same problem. I don't know if he has a Honda, but Peter, tell us about it. This is a guy losing a gallon of oil in a 1,000-mile stretch, and he doesn't see any leaking whatsoever, no wetness, no seepage, and no smoke coming out the back. So, Peter, what do you think?
Well, years ago, I had a Mazda with a rotary engine, and it was burning oil like crazy, and I took it into several dealerships. They couldn't find any problem with it. Mazda finally put a new engine in for me at no cost except for hoses and things like that. And when they took the engine out, it had an external oil line, like a copper oil line, and it had a pinhole in it, and it would only shoot oil out of it when it was under high pressure.
Yeah, that's similar to what the guy said earlier. He said it was coming out of the filter, a pinhole leak on the filter. So I guess things like that could happen. Do you know how it? So you got a whole new engine for that?
I got a whole new engine, and when they took it out at the dealership here in Fort Collins back in the day, they found that there was an external in that particular engine. There was an external oil line, and as I recall, it looked like just like a copper or some kind of oil line, but it was just spraying out.
So Peter, there was nothing wrong with the engine.
No, it wasn't. And they told me, well, you got a brand new engine. That's it.
Wow. How many miles were on it?
About 60,000.
And you got a brand new engine under warranty?
Yep.
Holy crap. Hey guys, how often do you guys see pinhole leaks?
Hit and miss. I mean, yeah, it's not a lot. I would say it's rare.
But under pressure, it could happen.
Sure.
And depending on the angle, it could spray you where you'd never see it. Boy, that would drive you crazy.
Yeah, it would.
Now, are oil leaks hard to find and fix in general?
We use fluorescent dyes, black lights, everything we can to find them.
Now, that will literally give you a glowing path.
Yep.
Because it's not always apparent where they're leaking from when they're leaking to.
Correct.
You see drip somewhere, and it could be migrating a lot.
Always start at the top.
Okay, and someone wants to know on text, as far as headlamps, can you change out headlamps if they fit? They're talking about the whole lamp. Or do you have to go with the manufacturers? Are there any downsides to just switching those out?
There are some aftermarket stuff available depending on the application. And particularly if you're changing from a conventional bulb to an LED, then it definitely is worth going to the aftermarket.
Now, someone else wants to know about, you talked about BG, is it BG products?
Correct.
A stuck exhaust valve or sticking now and then, what would cause that?
A sticking exhaust valve? I mean, more likely than not, there's a broken spring.
Yeah, spring's not strong enough, yeah.
So exhaust valves don't normally get stuck?
Unless it's severely carboned up.
Would BG help?
Absolutely. Yeah, 44K, there's a bunch of different ones.
It may not fix it, but it's definitely not going to hurt it.
Oh, by the way, this is an older car. So anyway, we're out of time. Don't forget, Kimmer Transmission on the referral list, also Sheridan Autotech. Save all your problems.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Leland Conway is next on Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
How longer do you have to choose for the best price for your home?